No.
I feel like we would hate the dice.
Yeah. Or love it.
Depends on the day.
Yep. All right, Mike. I'm ready to stream whenever you are.
We got your song.
Oh, nice. Then let's tell the wonderful podcast of Fake Doctors, Real Friends. We don't make any money, so don't come after us trying to get some. Yeah, welcome back to another episode of Waterdeep Dragon Heist. The last thing that happened in our campaign was you guys gained uncontested control of the Stone of Galore after being imprisoned, well, falsely imprisoned, with jumped up charges against a doppelganger working for the Castellanters. Yeah, as you got released from prison, you linked up with some old pals and found some new friends in order to unlock the gates. At this point, the person who owned the building, making sure that I have her name correctly. God, this is a lot bigger than I thought it was. Person's name. Person's name. Oh my God. How hard is it to just make a person's name? Maybe it's on the other side of this here. All right. Did anybody else write down the name of the individual who owned the building?
I did.
No. All right. Then we're going to name this person Reince Priebus until I can find the person's actual name. Said that she was going to get some
Radmar.
There we go, Radmar. That Radmar was going to get some individuals adept at dungeon diving, and that you guys had a chance to get anything that you felt like you needed, and you were all going to open up the vault together tomorrow, with her owning the land the vault dwells on, and you guys having control of the key. That both of you needed each other in order to get this to go down. She suggested equal stakes in all of this for all those involved. And with no further ado, let's get back in the world. Anything you guys would like to do to set up?
I know that I would like to use that that paper that we got, that special parchment.
Yes.
And I want to write I want to write on it, and it's gonna say the windmill was a dead end. I suspect a double cross. And that's all.
Okay. All right. And then, so that I know the subtext for it, this is in order to misinform members of your party or members of other people who own the walkie-talkie paper.
Yeah, whoever has what I'm assuming is the fourth page of the walkie-talkie paper.
Okay. Sweet deal. Then do me a favor, roll deception.
Okay. 14.
All right. Good to know. Anything else?
Yeah, Jay, if you could throw the description or some of the properties of that drift globe out again.
Oh, yes, the drift globe that I totally should have done 2 weeks ago.
Well, is it like a once per short rest kind of use? I don't remember those kind of specifics about it.
Here we go. Inside the once I find my mouse, inside the Discord, I'm going to throw the link for what the drift globe does.
Okay.
Okay. The cracked part of that in there is just to devalue it a little bit. But essentially, it is a like moving object that can use the light or daylight spell. So essentially, you guys now have floating lanterns.
I have dark vision.
Not everybody does. All right. Anything that you guys want from stores? Hey, somebody roll a D100 for your casino earnings.
Whose turn is it?
I don't remember.
All right,
I was just
I
going
got-
off of the order in the bottom last time.
I rolled 8.
On a D100?
I rolled 0, 0, and 8.
Okay, because I rolled a 1, 0, and 0 for a 10. All right. Yeah, due to some fallout with some of your food vendors, you weren't able to keep the beverages flowing as much as you would have liked. So people had much shorter stays. You only ended up making about 15 gold this week. Or not this week, this period. However, it was more about the timing of the shipments instead of a contract dispute. The individuals are very apologetic and promise not to do that again. All right.
With the just previously mentioned income from the Beast and Badass, does the group think we need to like gather some materials for this excursion that we're going on? Rations, possibly some potions.
Dungeoneering pack is probably a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, you guys know of the massive adventuring outpost called Wall to Wall Adventure Zone. Not to be confused with the Adventure Zone. And essentially, it's kind of your one-stop stop for everything that you could possibly need for equipment in Dungeoneering. And one sec. So you guys said that you wanted a Dungeoneer's kit?
Sure. That all entails, but
Does
if
anyone
Mike
have...
recommends it, then I'm gonna go with it.
It is a backpack, a crowbar, a hammer, 10 pittons, 10 torches, a tinderbox, 10 days of rations, and a water skin.
Based off of what I'm seeing in the focus, no, huh. Now, what I'm seeing here in the packs is that this would be about 20 gold pieces.
Or we have a burglar's pack, which contains 1,000 ball bearings, 10 feet of string, a bell, 5 candles, a crowbar, a hammer, 10 pittons, a hooded lantern, 2 flasks of oil, 5 days rations, tinderbox, and a water skin. Also has...
Is that one in yeah, is that in Xanathar's?
give me a second. It doesn't say. I just searched.
Okay. Because that one might be Dungeons and Masters Guide, which is the one book I don't own.
D&D Beyond is a wonderful thing.
Yep. What's the price on that?
16 gold pieces standard.
Sweet. Then 20 and 16 for those.
I'd like to pick up one of the Dungeoneering packs.
Sweet deal.
I'd like a burglar's pack.
Done and done.
And everybody else is dead.
All right. Any other shopping needs right now?
I
Nope.
can't think of anything.
Yeah. On the way back, you do see that there's a storefront called Armored Gardens, which looks to be like a alchemist and potion brewing store, saying going into business sale.
Potions?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go get some potions.
Sweet deal.
Because I have none.
As you come in, there's a quite tall human, not quite, at the size of a Goliath, but about 6'6" in height, wearing a like newsboy hat and a plaid shirt, just coming in, looking at the table, and he's like, "Hey, new customers, what's going on? I'm Bush. How can I help you?" Yes, you with the mask on.
I get hurt a lot. Can you do anything about that?
Well, I can't do anything to prevent that from happening, but I do have a few things in mind to help you out once it does happen. As he brings out these small vials. Everybody else is keenly aware of these as potions of healing. Goes, first batch, if it tastes a little funny, don't worry. I promise the potency, it'll get better tasting over time.
Like, each potion tastes better the longer I wait to take it?
It's an acquired taste. So I'm just saying the more often you take these, the better off they end up tasting.
Do you have any older potions?
As he kind of looks around and goes, here's a potion of fire breathing, a potion of water breathing, shrinking potion, taller potion.
Does the fire breathing allow you to breathe in fire?
No. Unfortunately, despite the similar names, one allows you to breathe in water and the other allows you to exhale fire.
I wanted the opposite of both.
Well, give me a few weeks and we'll see what we can come up with.
How much for the healing potion?
Because it's a trying to build the customer base, we'll go 35 gold per. And I've got 3 ready to go right now. Could potentially have your name on it.
Anybody else want any of this?
I should probably have a potion of healing since I can move around the battlefield pretty quickly, so I can get around to people if they need it.
Do you want to get all 3?
Do we have enough? I don't know how much gold we have.
223.
And they're 35 each.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably worth it.
All right. And, since you're the first customer spending this much, let me throw in the fire breathing potion in just to make sure you come back.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
So 105.
For 35, yeah.
So we'll give Vash one of them. I'll take one, and whichever between Varm and Mike's name isn't there, and I don't remember.
Damros.
Yeah, I was getting there.
Actually, I apparently already have 2 of those on me.
I have one. Remember, we picked some up off dead bodies.
It's true.
I do not recall, but I will.
I don't have
Take
any.
your word for it.
Damros was correct. Is as you guys went in the beginning of the chapter and found the assassinated cultists, they had unused potions of healing on their potion, or on their person. Their potion was on the person.
So Damros and Bash both have potions.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'll keep 2 and give 1 to Varm.
And I'm gonna dump off as much as this excess stuff that I'm carrying at the bar before we go into the dungeon.
All right. Yeah, you can move that into the bar inventory then,
I don't even know where we.
because that's great. Because if you guys die, you respawn at the bar with none of your possessions.
And then we also got a fire breathing.
Yep.
And then we still have a potion of healing mixed with a potion of flying too.
Oh yeah, the 50-50 potion.
Do you have like the information available for me if I wanted to purchase like something like a Kasarigama?
Yes. I do have that. That's at the adventure, like the wall-to-wall adventure zone.
Okay.
Sorry, Gamma. And this is, in fact, as we looked at it, I ended up finding a website that had someone who made their own version of it, which
Okay.
was great because then we didn't have to figure it out. So we were just looking for the wrong name. It was just Chain Sickle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That being said, is the entangle option is enabled for this.
Okay.
And then the if I remember correctly out here, the entangle DC will be 8 plus your dexterity plus your proficiency.
8 plus dex plus proficiency. Okay.
Yeah.
Vash is becoming a shinobi.
Basically.
I wanted to do that before I purchased Shinobi on For Honor.
And then the list price will be there as well.
Okay. Yeah, I think 5 gold. That's pretty worthwhile.
You gotta love it when we're doing tier 1 adventures where the stuff that's really cool is also reasonably priced. When you get into the final tier, it's like, hey, like I want a weapon that can kill a god. It's like, yeah, you got a million gold dragons? No? Then fuck off. All right, Varm, anything that you feel like you need other than the Dungeoneering pack?
No, I can't think of anything.
Great stuff. All right, so
Does
unless somebody
anyone-
else...
never mind.
Yes, Mike. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Damros.
Oh, I was just thinking about something, and now I'm gonna hold on to it just because I have an idea.
All right, cool. All right, so as you guys head back to the casino for the night, getting in a good night's rest. Stop me anywhere in the narrative out here. You guys attempt your best rest, but you guys are so close to the treasure. You're so close to, like, lining your pockets with more gold than you can possibly even dream about. That's kind of a fitful night's sleep. Each one of you at some point throughout the night gets up, has to do something to expel some nervous energy, and then heads back to bed. The exception of which, yeah.
I want to argue with Glip Glop.
All
Just
right, we're gonna come back to
randomly.
that in a second.
I have
Yeah,
nothing
we'll come
planned. I
back.
just want to say that that's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Well, I do want to see that scene play out. So I was just gonna say the one exception to this is Varm, who, even though he is restless out here, his, like, it's not him pacing around. It's not him having like visible fits. He kind of just sits up in his bed, right in the corner of his room, and just kind of, collecting his thoughts. And every bit of it is just trying to motivate him just a little bit further down the line. On the opposite end of the spectrum, we have our flying tiefling, talking to the Stone of Galore. As he taps on the stone to make sure it's awake, you just hear Glip Glop Galore go,
Hey,
"What
Glip,
do you want now?"
hey, Glip Glop. What's your ideal boyfriend like?
If you must know, is one that can annihilate the Pantheon.
Can you enlighten me to what the Pantheon is? Who's your favorite in the Pantheon?
I hate them all.
Who do you hate the most?
Everyone!
Hey, Glip Glop, why does the Pantheon exist? I'm just going for obnoxious 2-year-old right now.
Yes, you're doing quite a good job. All right, so at this point, let me grab my D100 again. You're able to do this for a little bit over an hour and a half, almost 100 minutes, where it's just you winding up the stone, and eventually he just goes, "You know what? Just give me to someone else," and then boom, the stone powers off.
Hey, luckily that uses my second question for the day, but it resets at dawn.
Yeah. All right. At this point, can I just point out here is how you guys all deal with pre-match jitters is Vash, or I'm sorry, not Vash, Damros the Stampede is very, very different. Then going down the line here, Varm, I know I kind of gave a little bit of color as to what I imagine your character would do. Is there anything else that your character would do for pre-game jitters?
I don't get them.
Good to know. Royal, night before the big day.
I guess I go outside and wander through alleys,
Okay.
see if there's anything interesting in trash cans.
All right, cool. Do me a favor and do a 3 separate investigation checks, all at disadvantage.
Okay, the first one is 4.
All right. You find a lot of useless trash.
Ooh, the second is a 2. The third is a 16.
All right, so you're just about to give up on your trash can search, and on the very last can that you look at, you end up finding this jar of sand that looks like from some little kid who ends up going to the beach, felt, oh my god, like I need to have this. The bear goes like, you don't need this fucking sand, and throws it away. But it's approximately a jar that, by your best estimates, has about 2 pounds of sand in it.
Nice.
Yep. And then finally, Vash. I'm sorry, I cut you off, Royal.
No, yeah, I was just remarking how it's a. I don't know. I have nothing.
Yeah. All right, cool. Vash, finally to you. Night before the big game, what would you end up doing?
I think I would spend probably about half of my time. So I would spend like some time before trying to ultimately go to sleep, meditating, just trying to
Mhm.
like center. Vash is also really bad at meditating because it requires focusing on one thing for a period of time.
Mhm.
So I spend like the first half of my time just kind of like sitting in my stance, but like literally looking at and hearing everything else around me. Eventually, I do kind of get as I get more excited about going to do this tomorrow, but eventually that excitement does kind of give way into like me focusing on what's going to happen tomorrow. And I do get some meditation in until I ultimately fall asleep while still trying to like really meditate.
All right, very cool, very cool. So to play this out a little bit is as you begin to enter your meditative state, one of the I think the first mistakes your character would make is not picking an area that's kind of prime for meditation.
Mhm.
And my first thought is you're trying to do this right in the middle of the bar,
Okay.
and you start off trying to meditate, but then you overhear conversations. Some of which are like people winning big, They're like, oh my god, like I'm coming back here tomorrow night because I have to make more off of my winnings. You hear people that went for broke and end up finding broke, and it goes like, oh man, like I needed that money to pay off this fine. I'm gonna get an edict for sure. Your mind begins to wander off into each person's individual stories, and you imagine what their life down the road is going to look like. Until eventually, the main thing you're focusing on is everyone in this room is talking about gold.
Okay.
And then eventually your mind kind of centers because like, but wait, that's what I'm trying to talk to myself about as well. And ultimately, I think that's what allows you to, fall into the meditative state.
Okay.
Is not so much that you're able to remove yourself from the environment, is that you're able to become one with the environment, like in the building.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else you'd like to say about that, or?
No, I think that pretty much covers it.
Sweet deal. Finally, before we actually get into the dungeon map, it's the morning of. Everyone has their various levels of energy that I'll let you guys decide. That's not for me to decide.
Literally vibrating.
Yeah. Coffee gets made, breakfast is set up. Right now, it's only you and the friendly ghost inside the casino. Anything you guys would like to say to each other, to the ghost, or do before you head out?
I really don't got nothing.
Whatever it takes.
I'm basically just practicing like swinging the Garigama around and like hitting it off of like the pillars in the like the fighting pit, like the supports, just kind of like bouncing it off of different things, working on my aim with hitting things with the sickle end and the weighted ball end.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. All right. Anything else to color in the report?
Not for
All
me.
right. All right, sweet deal. You guys are beginning to head your way back into the windmill. And now I realize why I never found the person's name is because I was looking at the wrong point here. What was the name of this place? Cellar Complex. As I'm coming through here, courthouse. Yeah, Esvel Rosnar. There we go. That's the person I was looking at. Meet you right at the outside of the old tower. Alongside her is this tall. It's a tiefling for sure, but it has its horns kind of like rounded down, like ground down a bit. It's this massive chin, wearing a cloak. Varm, you're actually aware of this person from before your adventures with this group even started. This person's name is Helsinki. And you know that he is, for lack of a better term, a mercenary, but one that really wants to make sure, like, mercenary with a code of ethics. Typically, he doesn't work for individuals who are looking to hurt innocent people. He, however, 100% looks like he would hurt innocent people. And unfortunately, it's a first impression he fights his entire life to overcome. But you see Esvel and you see Helsinki right outside the gates again.
Mm-hmm. But we needed a drunk elf, right?
Oh, no, you guys already had that.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you
we
guys have
already-
already, yeah, you guys procured the keys, you've opened up the door, and that's when you guys had the proof of concept. Okay, we can get in here. You keep the key so that you trust me. This is my property. You get the fuck off. We all go prepare for a day, and we come back and we work through this all together.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, fuck it. Let's go.
All right. Any, yeah, Varm, I believe we cut you off just a little bit.
Oh, that's quite. So as we walk up, I want to see if I can read Helsinki's face to see if there's any recognition there.
Yeah, roll insight.
What my mod would guess it's a 1. Oh, it's a 3. So 16.
Yeah, you guys instantly lock eyes, and you kind of get this feeling of relief, where he wasn't quite sure who he was getting into bed with at this time, and when he saw you, he at least goes, "Okay, at least I know what could be happening here." And even though it's not like a relief that nothing's going to happen. He just goes, "Okay, like I have more information than I thought I did."
All right, as we get closer, I assume we're going to approach them. As we get
Mhm.
closer, I look at the what was he, a tiefling?
Yep.
Yeah, I look at the tiefling and I go, "Hey, Hellboy, good to see you again."
Uh, you too, Varm. Didn't think I'd be going going side to side with the gunslinger ever again. But as he pulls something out of his own holster, he goes, "It may not be as accurate as yours, but I keep on finding uses for it." As he pulls out, it's this oversized revolver, and if you remember correctly, Varm, from your times in the past, he is dead terrible with it. He'd much rather go and punch the living shit out of something, and usually he just uses that as a distraction.
I just kind of chuckle to myself then.
Yeah. All right. At this point, Rosnar looks up and just goes, "All right, I've all imagined we've done what we needed to do, and all we have to do is open the door again. Damros, would you mind?"
Nope. So I shall proceed to open said door.
As you lift the stone up, normally you saw these like lines of infrared colored light. And I just realized the oxymoron I said of infrared and colored.
Mhm.
Um, Normally you see the three triangles going and come down, but right now nothing's happening.
I think we need a drunk elf again.
Um, Excuse me, Damros, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Um, exactly how much did you correspond with the stone?
Quite a bit. We're making great friends.
You are sure you haven't irritated the entity inside the stone?
Oh, I can guarantee I have.
That may be why he's unwilling to work with you.
Sounds like a personal problem.
A personal problem that affects all of us. Maybe you should hand it off to one of your friends.
Hey, Vash. You want a fancy rock with 3 eyeballs?
At this point, everybody in your party except for Varm looks at you.
I'll take his silence as a yes, and I hand it to Vash.
Which Vash are you talking about?
The OG.
Okay, I take it.
All right. Over the course of the next half hour, as you begin to attune to it,
Okay.
you hear your voice like in your side your head. You see the colors of the three grooves begin to change. It just goes, "Oh, thank God. Tell me, what is it you want?"
Who said that?
You fool.
This disembodied voice is really mean. What do I want? What do I want? I want that 1,000,000 gold dragons. That's what I want. For right now, at least.
Very well. At this point, the lights begin to come off and the door slowly opens. All right. At this point, you guys begin to see the vault open up before you. Okay. Yeah. Uh, as we get into the second room, you see 3 age-worn columns down the center, with the ceiling rising another 20 feet above where the columns end. So it's kind of like an arched thoroughfare. In between each of these columns on either side is an alcove. There's double doors on each side made of iron. Each door is 10 feet wide, 10 feet high, and are embossed with images of dwarf warriors in plate armor. Now, at this point, let's go ahead and roll for our initiative.
Okay.
As I grab a pen to track our initiative. $25 to 20. 20 or 15 to 20.
18.
16.
10 to 15.
13.
10.
All right. What'd you say that you got, Damaros?
13.
And then farm at 10. Now for mine 2. And all right. So that puts us at Helsinki first. And Helsinki is just going to lead the way a little bit as he's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. Put his back up against the column and begin to look back, and that'll end his turn. Vash is up next.
Okay. Where are these? What? Are we just doing this for exploration?
Yep.
Okay.
And then do you guys actually have control of your characters right now? No, you don't.
No, I do not.
Okay.
Oh, there we are.
Let me fix that.
Who's the conductor?
That is Asvel.
Okay.
All right. That is my 40 feet of movement.
Okay. And then as you see here, you get to see the back half of the room. Okay. You begin to see that there are like the iron doors everywhere, and that you have 10 options. I'm sorry, 12 options. 4 on the west side of the building, 2 in the north, 4 on the east side of the building, and 2 in the south.
Okay, so basically the end of each of these little offshoots is a door.
Yep.
Okay.
The only one that does not have 2 doors to it is this little spot right here,
Right.
all the way in true north. Okay. All right. Then we have Royal.
All right. So 10. I don't remember my move speed. Okay. 20, 25, 30. And there's no reason to be like quiet that I'm aware of, so just gonna dash.
Sweet deal. That puts us to Damaros.
Alrighty. I will be taking flight and going 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Bonus action dash. I'll go this way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
All right. And then that leads us to Varm.
Alrighty, I am going to, as I move forward, I want to look down each one of these little alcoves just to make sure there isn't anything in there that we have overlooked.
So when the doors opened, they were sliding doors, and that was the recess the doors go into.
And 4.
Yep.
And 30.
Yeah, and
And
however, in between all that is a bunch of rust cubes. Everyone lose 3 AC. I'm kidding.
as I get there, I want to turn around and look towards this area here
Okay.
to see. You said that was also a set of doorways back there.
Yes.
Are they closed doors?
All of our closed doors, each one has a different dwarf embossed into the door itself. Because, you know, the stereotypical thing here is dwarves love 2 things: being on doors and underground. In fact, the common stereotype here is that this could be taken as a Dwarven Hall of Fame.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right. That now it comes down to Esvel. Esvel will come up and move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to link up with Helsinki. Helsinki is going to go next, and he's just going to check this door. And as he begins to try to pry it open, that's going to need a strength check. As he essentially pries the door open, they open kind of like elevator doors. As they kind of just slide out, you see just wall behind it. It just kind of looked like some of these doors actually lead to nowhere. And it's designed just to make people take as long as they can. Okay. That brings us back to Vash.
Okay. So it was Helsinki that opened the door, and we could see that it went to nowhere. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try this one.
All right. Go ahead and roll a strength check for me.
Okay. I don't know why this dice keeps rolling the same number, but I'm okay with it, I guess. Strength check is going to be 13.
All right. You begin to really try to open it up, and you feel like you're strong enough to get to it. It's just your grip isn't quite right, and right before you feel like you're really able to latch on, your hands just slide away. Yeah. Yeah. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
I'll ask Varm if he can help me out with this door.
Great stuff. Royal is up next.
So like all of these alcoves seem to have doors, right?
Yes.
And
12 doors, 4 on the east, 4 on the west, 2 north, 2 south.
And from observing Vash, it seems like they're hard to open.
Yes.
I'm going to take a dead sprint at the one straight ahead of me and try to ram it down.
All right. Go ahead and roll a attack on the door.
That is 18 to hit.
18 would hit. Go ahead and roll a unarmed, so 1 plus your strength modifier. What would that be?
My unarmed is different.
Okay.
First of all, I'm going to get a +5 because I'm running 10 feet.
Yes.
And my unarmed is a D4.
Okay.
+4.
Cool.
So 1, 5, 9, 10.
All right. So as you come through and you really get your shoulder into this door and it comes out, it doesn't actually you got this door pretty damn good. Like if this was, anybody from the top world, they'd be down for the count, unconscious, and second down and 10. But this door, for some reason, didn't even budge. And all you can do is really feel the vibration head back into your arm. And then you quickly realize, oh, the door doesn't open on the swing; it slides. Maybe that wasn't the most pragmatic call.
Look around to see if anybody noticed.
Damros would probably be the only one that noticed by sight. Everybody else by sound. But arguably, yes, everybody noticed.
There's slide.
Good to know.
Damros up next.
Oh, well, I'm just gonna sit back and watch the show for this one. I know what I'm good at, and it's not prying shit apart.
All right, then we got Varm.
All right, I can assume that I've noticed Vash motioning me over to help him with the door.
Oh, very easily, yeah.
And so I do.
All right, so now both of you guys make your strength checks, and then add them together.
I got another 13.
Okay.
I got a 14.
Great stuff. So 27 put together as you guys are able to find the appropriate grips, and boom! Like it's just kind of like a mythic style force. It just throws the doors open, and behind it you see just rock wall. All right. So
Is there anything written on it? Any symbol or anything?
no. This once again, from what Helsinki was able to kind of show everyone here, is that a lot of these doors appear to be decoys in order to essentially buy, like, you get the idea of here is that the more decoys you have, the more time that people have to waste to find stuff down, gives more time for people deeper in to mount a defense. And then as all of that quickly comes to your minds at slightly different times, you all become very, very, very happy about the fact that, to the best of your knowledge, Vash sent the Castle Lantern militia the wrong way. Yep.
All right, and then I'll use the rest of my movement to go right there.
Sounds
that'll
good.
end my turn.
Yep. At this point, I believe we have, and I'm on the wrong mark here. Asvel up next as she kind of goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and begins looking around the room. And she's going to make a perception check since she's not rifling through shit. And then she just goes, have we tried the northwest corner? Helsinki just goes, we just got in here. What the fuck do you think? It's like, there's no need to be testy. Let's just try to see what's different between all of these doors. The only two that I see that are different are the ones in the northwest side of the room. And she points specifically to this door and to this door. Better or worse, it's different. At this point, Helsinki just kind of like begins his turn, is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he's going to try to open up this door. He's muttering to himself. He goes like, just because you think you're so fucking smart. However, is unable to open the door by himself. That brings us to Vash.
Okay. I am going to move up, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and I'm going to give this door a shot.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I'm going to use my inspiration to roll that again. Another 13. I don't understand how that keeps happening.
Yeah, unfortunately, the door does not budge. You find out that maybe it does take two to make the door go wide. Yeah. Now Royal up next.
I am going to lodge my great sword in between the door and try to pry it open.
Lodge your greatsword between the door and try to pry it open.
Get it in there like a crowbar.
I'm just going to let you know here is that if you do not succeed on this check, your greatsword is going to be bent and will take a penalty for to hit and to damage until it can get repaired.
Yikes.
Do I have a crowbar?
I'll tell you who probably does. Damn Rose.
Yup.
Do I notice Royal doing this?
Very, very much so.
I just want to look over him and go, hey, I know a guy that could fix that, but he's nowhere near here right now.
Can I just say I think it's all hilarious that like all the worlds that we work in are so interconnected that we know each other's adventuring parties. I love it. I love it so much.
I'm gonna try it. I don't think I would
All
know
right.
work.
All right. This is going to be a strength check as opposed to an attack because you're not really using the sword as a weapon. You're using it as a tool.
Sure.
I will let you add your proficiency bonus to this, though.
Okay. Strength. So that is 16 plus proficiency, which is 2, so 18.
All right. Despite all logic, you're able to protect the slashing part of your greatsword enough in order to twist the blade, open it just enough so you can rip the door open with your hands. And you are so fucking proud of yourself until you find Rockwall behind you.
Okay.
That brings us to Damros.
I'm gonna just keep standing here watching this and see what Royal is doing, and just go. Does anybody need a crowbar? I happen to have 2 of them with me. It's almost like I prepared for going into a dungeon or something.
Yeah.
And just hold one out if anybody needs it.
All right. All right. That brings us to Varm if he was able to jump back in the party.
Yes, I
Sweet.
can hear you all now.
Great.
All right. I've already helped Vash. It didn't go well. Well, I mean, it worked, but didn't show us anything. Royal, I'm not exactly sure what happened because I didn't hear. I assume the same thing. No results. So I'm going to go and help Helsinki.
All right. Let's go ahead and have our combined strength checks.
Gosh, another fucking 8. So it's 14 again for me.
All right. Well, he got a 15 on this. So once again, you guys are able to rip the doors open. And despite the fact that everybody except for Esvel was expecting to see Bedrock, you see the next like little opening, which is this room right here. Okay. In this room, this hall has the following features. At the south end of this chamber, expertly carved stairs climb 70 feet to the upper level. I'm sorry, to a lower level. Hold on one second. I lied. Upper level. This goes up. And to keep me from forgetting this right now, there we go. The north wall bears a 20-foot square fresco that depicts dwarves battling goblins. Okay. And then that will have our nice little painting right here. All right. So as you guys coming through here, this is what you begin to see. And then we have anything else you'd like to do with your turn, Varm?
Just finish up the last 5 feet of my movement.
Great
So I'll
stuff.
be the first one to step into the room, I would assume.
Cool. At this point, it becomes Asvel's turn. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. As she just kind of ends up right there. And she just looks at Helsinki and goes like, don't backtalk me next time, especially when I'm the one paying you. As she begins to turn around, and we're back to the top with Helsinki. Helsinki continues to mutter to himself, just, inaudibly this time, comes 5, 10, 15. And at this point, let me take the measurement here. Yep, he is going to make a roll. All right, as he just kind of like stops for a second and then turns around and just goes, "There's something not right about this room." As he gets right up against the wall here and begins to just put his hand right on his holster. And that's going to end his turn. Now we have Vash the Stampede.
Can I have made a insight check since all this is kind of happening simultaneously? Can I have made an insight check on Helsinki to see like if there's any like how he acted towards Varm when Varm helped him open the door, and maybe like his general kind of feelings towards Esvel?
Yeah, go ahead, and I'm gonna have you make 2 separate insight checks then. The first one is for Varm, and the second one is for Svel.
Okay. Oh boy, neither of those are good. There's an 8 for with Varm and a 7 for with Esvel.
I mean, with Varm, they look like they know each other and are on some sort of friendly accord. You don't really know what friendship or deep friendship with Varm would be. And when it comes down to Esvel, I was like, they look like they're friends. You don't know what it's like to be friends with Esvel. In fact, you don't know what it's friends to be like with Helsinki. This is all just weird to you.
I thought you were gonna say you don't know what it's like to be friends.
Yeah, and at this point, I need you to do something.
Okay. I used a dash to get a little bit extra, like so I'm not just clogging the.
Yep. Check your Discord.
Okay. Okay. Okay, that's a 4.
As you enter in this room and you see the fresco of the dwarves and their routing of a goblin horde, you look at the way that the individual jewels are being put into this. As you begin to look, it's like, they're fucking worthless. It's painted rocks. It's not even like precious stones. But then you begin to have this feeling of awe overcome you. At this point, I need you. You are considered charmed by the fresco. You cannot willingly move out of the sight of the fresco, and you will defend it to its death. If forcibly moved away from the fresco, the creature tries to find their way back. You cannot rest while under this effect.
Well, okay.
And then at that point, we move from Vash to Royal. As I grab my sword, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Have you guys seen this fresco? It's fresh. This fresco is fresh. Oh.
That's how old the slang fresh is.
All right, I'm back.
I used the some of the rest of my movement after dashing to approach this fresh AF fresco.
Okay.
And then I made a joke. I said, "This fresco is fresh." Oh.
Take the de-inspiration.
Damn it.
I want to feel around this wall that I opened a door to. To see like any kind of cracks or creases or.
All right. Go ahead and roll a investigation check.
That is a natural 20.
Oh my god! Like as you come down to here, you begin to like feel this wall, and even though at the beginning it feels like nothing, you begin to feel these small bumps in the wall, and it feels like braille, and you feel like it's trying to tell you something. and then you realize, oh my god, I don't know Braille. And then you look at it, it's like, this isn't Braille. But you felt so many bumps on that rock wall that you were convinced that there's bumps on the rock wall.
But there's no like cracks or creases along the edge.
No.
Okay.
You have now become overwhelmingly sure that the rock wall is not hiding anything behind the rock wall except more rock wall.
Maybe that's what they want me to think.
Yeah.
All right, that is my action.
Okay. That you still have your movement though.
I guess if I'm convinced, I'll turn around and see that everybody else went there. 20, 25, 30.
All right. Damros.
Alrighty. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
All right. I need you to stop right there and check your Discord in just a second.
Alrighty. What does that come out to? 14.
All right. As you begin to look around the room, as you see the fresco painting out here, it's good for dwarves. It's impressive, but it's stuff on a wall. You then look to see if there's special stones in there. No, it's just painted regular ass stones.
What a bunch of cheap ass bastards.
Yeah. Anything else you'd like to do?
Vash, it's a useless piece of shit painting. And
I know you are not bashing this fresco right now.
And I will continue to there and then use my bonus action to go up the stairs. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, wherever that leads me.
So that's actually going to lead you up here. Okay, and you'll end your turn on that spot right there.
Okay. Whee!
Up here in the north. There you go.
Right.
Okay. Then we have Varm.
What I have noticed, Helsinki taking up his somewhat defensive posture.
Very easily, yes.
I want to see if I can motion to him to kind of get an idea of what's going on without moving. I don't know any seal symbols or anything like that, so I just kind of look at him, put my hands up.
You guys have a past working relationship, I'd say. You know of each other. You kind of been able to read each other's nonverbal communication. He just kind of looks around and goes, "Look, man, I don't know how to explain it. It's just there's something not right about this room."
All right. Curiosity gets the best of me, and I move into where he is, and I start looking around.
All right. At this point, let me find. I need you to do me a favor and then check our personal messages on Discord. Right now.
That is a 15.
All right. As you look around the room, you get that spider sense, or spidey sense on the back of your neck around as well. And as you look around the room, it seems like every part of the room is designed to draw you away from the stairs and to look at that fresco. It's neat. It's kind of well done, but it's nothing special. And as you look at how it's made, it's completely valueless. So you're not really interested in doing anything other than progressing on. But you do share Helsinki's kind of hair staying up on the back of your neck feeling. Okay. Yep. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, I'm good right here.
All right. At this point, we've got Isvel's turn coming up as she goes 5, 10, and has to make the roll as well. And succeeds on this. She's just going to look at it and goes, You do realize that's not what we came here for, Vash. You're
Maybe
aware
not
of
what
that.
you came here for.
You're telling me that you went through a giant chase to get this precious stone to get us into this vault just to look at a wall painting.
Maybe.
You must be way more into the arts than I've ever imagined. As she continues on, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and ends up just behind Damros. That brings us up to Helsinki. Helsinki just goes, "All right, kid, it's time to go. Get away from the wall."
Yeah, I'll be right behind you guys.
Usually this means you start stepping now.
Like I said, I'll be right behind you guys.
All right. So he goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30. Now it's Vash's turn.
Okay. I will stay here, still staring at the fresco, and I will repeat to Varm and Royal, since I haven't heard them leave yet. Yeah, go ahead, guys. I'll catch up. I'll be right behind you.
At this point, you get this thought in the back of your head that if people don't share your level of fervor for this painting, it's up to you to force them into enjoying it. And you've seen how people have reacted, but the one person you haven't seen react to this is Royal. And you're certain Royal would love this.
It's true. That's true. This is right up Royal's alley. Royal, before you do head up, though, you should come check this out. This is really, this fresco is fresh. You check the shit out. You can see the goblins dying. Like, you feel it.
I gotta see this fresco.
All right. Vash, if you have nothing left to do, Royal is up.
Yeah, that's it for me.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Now that you're the last one to come in here, I don't have to write this as a private message. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, not good. That is a 2 minus 1.
Oh my God, this painting!
Dude,
This is the best thing ever. To read what happens to you on this.
You weren't kidding.
Yep. You are charmed for the next 24 hours. Okay. While charmed this way, the creature can't willingly move out of sight of the fresco and will defend it to the death. If forcibly moved away from the fresco, the creature tries to find its way back. The creature cannot rest while under this effect.
So it's me and Vash in the painting for the next day.
Yes, at least.
We're for the long haul, buddy.
That's actually the next time that you're allowed to make the check is 24 hours from now.
Oh my God.
Yep.
This is quite a painting.
Yep. All right, that brings us up to Royal is done then. Damros is up next.
All right. I'm gonna hold here for a turn. Well, actually, I'll take 5, and I just want to peek around the corner.
Okay. Making sure I have this right. Why can't I move you? Oh, that's because I'm in pan view, not select move. As you begin to look around here, this becomes your new view. Showing you what you would see. This is now V4. This is called the Hall of Moradin, as you see as you enter the room. 3 pillars running the length of the hall are carved to resemble war hammers, with their square heads pressed against the floor. The west wall bears a cracked mosaic that depicts a dwarven smith at a forge. crafting dwarves out of black metal and diamonds.
Mm.
3 archways lead to the east wall that have decrepit bridges that span the entrance foyer, which was, to give you an idea of where the entrance foyer was, it was this first room that you entered into.
Okay.
Okay. And then on the east side, you see 3 doors, and do me a favor, just make an intelligence check for me. So to see if you know what the doors are made of.
Odds are probably not. I got an 11.
You know that it's a metal, you know that it's a strong metal, and you know you've never seen anything quite like it before.
Okay.
Okay. And then that's the end of Damros's turn, I take it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang out here and let other people take the fall.
All right, Varm.
All right. I just look over at those two staring at the painting and just shake my head and I go, fucking cats. And then I start heading up the stairs. And I want to stop when I get to the point where I just before I start to lose sight of them, and I want to look at and see if they're moving again.
All right, you know definitively they are not. In fact, they haven't even turned away from the painting yet.
All right, if I still have some action that I can take, I just kind of want to go, come here, come on.
I got some catnip for you guys.
All right, I start looking through my tunic for a fucking pouch of catnip.
One of my ears turns, but I don't look away from the painting.
I was saving this for Royal's birthday, but
so then I just kind of go, and I didn't want to do it as loud as I actually
Thank
can.
you.
It would definitely
Mike and I both appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to just stay there until I get some sort of reaction out of them.
Okay. At this point, we have Asvel come up. Asvel just goes, those two aren't coming from the painting, are they? Helsinki goes, what the fuck do you think? Of course not. Goes like, you can express agreement without making it so disdainful. As she comes back down the stairs.
I don't know that that's actually true.
Going up the stairs, going down the stairs, going up the stairs, going down the stairs, going up the sideways stairs. And she comes down and sees that you guys have not left. And she goes, both of you, what is so engrossing about that painting?
Have you seen it?
At this point, I'm literally sitting like cross-legged on the floor in front of it, like scrutinizing it like square inch by square inch.
At this point, she takes out a dagger, throws it up in the air, grabs the handle, and she's just going to throw it right at the fresco.
Can I
deflect missiles?
Yeah, can I deflect missiles?
You technically can't because it is thrown at the fresco and not you.
Damn.
And the trigger is thrown at you.
Okay.
However, she rolls a natural 1 as it just kind of goes above the fresco and just clings haplessly to the ground.
Oh, who threw that?
I spin around and like I loosen the chain a bit from the Kasarigama so that the scythe like drops a foot off of my hand, and I start like swinging it back and forth a little bit. I say, I know you did not just throw that at the painting.
That painting is not why we came here.
That's why we came here now.
Have you heard of a fringe benefit?
This is a fringe benefit compared to 1,000,000 gold dragons.
Do you know what someone would pay for this?
Absolutely nothing, because no one knows it exists.
Yet.
We're going to spread the word.
At this point, her turn ends. Helsinki comes up. He's coming back down here. Goes, all right, you dumb opes. Step away from the painting as he begins to draw his gun.
Come take a look at it. It's pretty cool.
I start actually spinning the scythe of the Kasarigama in a circle now, not just letting it swing back and forth.
And he just goes, look, if I have to shoot at that painting in order to get you to stop fucking blowing it, That's what I got to do.
Why would you shoot at it?
And he just goes like, all right, that's it. I'm fucking done talking. And he's going to sit there and fire at the fresco.
I fire at him.
Hold on.
I bodyguard loot to try to take the bullet.
That is a natural 19, which for him and his feet is a critical hit. And make sure that I have the hit dice on this, so it will be... Where are my d10s? That's 11 plus 4, so it does 15 points of bludgeoning damage as you see pieces of colored stone just fall to the ground. At this point, there's a single thought that occurs in both of your minds, and that is Helsinki does not appreciate the arts, particularly this art, and therefore Helsinki must die.
Sorry, I was distracted.
In character or in real life?
In real life.
You have your own fresco?
Yeah.
Goblin balls.
I'm sorry, what was your question, Ro?
Helsinki did what?
He shot the fresco. It was a critical hit on the fresco thanks to a feat that he had that allows him criticals at natural 19s.
I tried to bodyguard dive.
I
mean, maybe I just dove and hit the ground. Fine.
All right. So, based off of the way the internet has been working in my place, I will give you a chance to do so. I need you to make a dexterity check. And if your dexterity check is higher than his adjusted attack roll, I will let you catch the bullet with your body.
I'm gonna use
However, that means you got hit by it and you take the 15 points of damage.
Have you seen this fresco?
Okay, cool.
I'm using my inspiration.
All right, cool.
That is a 21 dex.
You fucking bastard. That 15 goes to you instead. Because he's not, like, the way I built Helsinki is he doesn't have proficiency in firearms. You bastard.
Is it 15 damage?
15 damage to you.
Okay. And now
that's funny. Yes. That's too fucking funny. All right. That brings us.
I can't tell if that would make me more or less mad because the fresco didn't get hurt, but now my friend is hurt defending my fresco.
Confused rage?
At this point, Vash, step on up.
Okay, I'm going to run up to Helsinki, and I'm going to try to use the scythe to like wrap the chain around him and like have the scythe dig in so I can pull him down to his knees. And I want to drag him to the fresco.
At this point, yeah, go ahead and make your. Oh no, the entangle is a save on my part.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a DC 14. Because you said it was 8 plus Dex plus proficiency, right?
Yes.
Okay.
He rolled a natural 18 on this, plus 2, so adjusted 20.
Okay.
At this point, because you made an action next to Esvel, but not Esvel, she just uses her sentinel feat and goes, "No, you don't," and will attempt to attack you with the blunt end of a dagger.
Okay.
And it has advantage on this one, so it'll be 12 plus 6. That's an 18 to hit.
Meets it, beats it.
All right, that ends up, it'll be doing 5 base damage, and now for the sneak attack. That's not a D6. That's a D8. Get out of here and let me roll the right dice. 5. So it'll do a total of 16 bludgeoning damage.
That's with the 5 from the base?
Yeah, 5 from the base plus 11 from the sneak attack. 16
Okay.
bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
As that uses up her reaction. And she just sits there and goes, "We have bigger fish to fry." And that brings us to Royal. With oddly enough, a chest wound. Like, it's, just to give you an idea here, Helsinki is so bad with guns, he tried to shoot a wall and got a person.
Yeah, so I'm raging. That's my bonus
Yes.
action. And then, oh, no, shoot. I was going to do something, but that's a bonus action. Whatever. I'm going to take out my greatsword.
Okay.
Go 5, 10. Slash at the gunman.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Reckless.
Okay.
23 to hit.
23 hits so hard.
I forgot what I rolled for this.
Dice, probably.
Yeah, usually. Not great. So 8 slashing damage.
Okay.
Do I add something else?
You do have your rage damage.
What's my rage damage?
It should be an additional +2 at this.
Oh yeah, +2 melee damage. There we go. So yes, that.
So it's now 10?
Yes.
Okay.
How far did I move? It wasn't a straight line. It's okay.
Nope. Yep. All right. And is that your turn?
Yep.
That brings us to Damros. You begin to hear fighting below you.
Well, back down the stairs I go. 5, 10. And then I gotta move myself. 15, 20, 25, 30. And so I see the 2 people I don't know trying to fuck up the 2 people I do know, correct?
Yes. However, you were able to hear the entire conversation. It turns out caverns and dungeons echo quite well.
Alright, then 5, 10, 15, 20 as my bonus action to dash. And
All right. At this point, just so that you guys, like, Vash and Royal, at this point, Damros would not be considered a friendly target. You do have the opportunity to take opportunity attacks if, when he passes you, you believe he's going to attack that fresco.
Does he seem like he's going to attack the fresco?
That
Like,
would
does he have
be
a weapon out or something?
Damros.
Well, we came down here with weapons out, so yes, there is a weapon out, but it's been out the entire time.
Okay, and that's something you guys would be aware of.
I know, so as Vash, I'm going to, because I remember Damros being pretty nonchalant about the painting, I don't think at this point that his intention is to harm the painting, so I'm not going to take a reaction right now.
Okay. Sweet
Careful
deal.
with the painting. I'll just yell that.
Sweet deal. All right, cool.
I would like to use my action to investigate the painting.
All right.
See what
As
it's
you
all about.
instead of investigation, I'd like you to use Arcana instead.
Okay. Let's go with that one. I found a very nice rock wall. I rolled a 1 with a +3.
Yeah. You're now second guessing, is this wall magic or not?
This is a very nice fresco, guys.
But yeah, you just basically come down to it. It's nice, but it's not as nice as what they're saying.
Yeah.
All right, that brings us to Varm.
All right. This is all very strange. I am going to come around from behind here and attempt to separate Vash and Helsinki first.
All right. Cool.
I'm going to just look at him and say, what is going on here? You need to stop fighting.
Long story short here, I tried to take a shot at the fresco because they spent too much time looking at it, and Cat Mask here jumped in front of the bullet. Did I mention I'm not a very good shot?
Shot me.
I mean, to be fair, you jumped in front of the thing I was trying to shoot.
Shouldn't have been trying to shoot that.
All right, so I've heard Helsinki, that sounded like, and I look at Vash and I go, what the fuck is going on here?
This ruffian is trying to destroy this piece of art. And he shot Royal.
Look, to make it up with you, I will pull the bullet out of your friend here if we can all agree to step away from the fucking painting.
I can't agree to that.
I look for an exit wound.
There's one. Yeah, it's a through and through.
Already out.
I don't know what the fascination is with this thing. I don't know what to do about it. I just continue to, you know what, I'm going to grab a hold of Ash, and I'm going to, without being too rough, I'm going to grab him and try to pull him towards the stairs.
All right. By the charm effect, Vash would not be willing to go, so you're going to have to make contested strength or contested athletics checks.
You still get art, man.
Is this for like a grapple kind of thing?
Yes, is
Okay.
if Varm wins, he grapples you and is able to move you away from the painting.
Okay. Am I able to contest with athletics or acrobatics, like with grappling?
In this particular case, it is athletics.
Okay. I rolled a 0. All right. Sorry. With athletics, it was a 3.
Okay.
14.
All right. At this point, you see like Vash the Stampede try to get into his stance, knowing that there's about to be a hand fight. And at this point, as he begins to come forward with this, Varm's monstrous-sized hands just grab both of his wrists, put them together, and he just gives a look as you're coming with me. As one Varm hand takes over 2 of Vash's hands. Varm just lets you know with this, you are able to move half your move speed, but Vash is staying with you as you do it.
All right, well, since we're going around a tiefling, I wouldn't imagine we'd have to move very far, plus...
He'd move out of the way for you for this one.
friends, yeah, what is that? Allies don't cause...
You just can't end your turn on an ally space.
and 15, I guess, right there.
All right,
Right.
so yep, Vash, if you want to move your token with him. Okay. And that's the end of Varm's turn. At this point, Asvel would be up next. She's going to grab a bolo from her bag, and she's just going to like spin it around and try to wrap it around Royal's knees. So this is going to end up being a attack. That is not going to do anything. She whips it around, and it like essentially wraps around the back of your knees, and then spins off the leg. So in effect, nothing happened. So that puts us back up to the top. There's Helsinki. And he just goes, puts his gun out again, and is going to aim for the painting one more time.
Damrose, take the shot.
However, that's a natural 3 to hit. That's adjusted to a 5, and he 100% misses the broadside of the barn. Yep. That brings us up to Vash.
Okay, I'm going to try to break out of Varm's grip.
Okay, now that you have something to play off of, you can use athletics or acrobatics.
Okay.
Varm, another athletics check.
19.
21.
At this point, even though his hands are all gripped through, Vash is able to essentially put a foot against the knee of Varm and create enough leverage to spin around, and just be able to spread the fingers of Varm out enough where he's able to get one arm out, and then through there slide the other one out. And he just kind of looks super proud of himself. But that's your object interaction. That's your main action for the turn. What else would you like to do?
I'm going to let's see. I'm going to step there and just ready myself to make an attack if on my next turn.
All right, Royal up next.
Would I be able to? So I'm gonna go 5, 10, at least there. And then if I go here, would I be able to go through Vash?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, just if the official rule here is you cannot end your turn on a otherwise occupied space.
Okay.
There's a few exceptions to it, but that's the bold face of the rule.
Okay, so yeah, I'm like backing up to there and then sprinting at
Yep.
Helsinki.
All right, cool. And I'm guessing you're going to attack Helsinki.
Uh-huh.
At this point, because the Sentinel feat procs again, you guys are going to make concurrent attacks, one between Esvel attacking you and one you attacking as Helsinki. Okay?
Is that an opportunity attack?
It is.
So one of my things, if I'm raging and not wearing heavy armor, which I'm not, other creatures have disadvantage and opportunity attack rolls.
All right, cool. Then let me set that up for disadvantage then. It doesn't matter because I rolled 2 16s. That's 22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay, and because you're preoccupied, it does count as a sneak attack, but it is half damage. There we go. So we've got that's 5, another 8, so 13, another 6, so 19 reduced to 9 piercing damage.
Okay. I'm going to make this a shove.
Okay.
Can you shove recklessly? It doesn't matter. I rolled fine.
I would say yes.
I rolled it comes out to a 17.
Yeah,
Is that enough to shove him?
I think you'd want to take the advantage on this.
Okay.
Because it counts as a strength checks, which would get the advantage.
Yeah, it's still 17.
All right. Well, it beat it, so it beat it. So you do shove him. So are you gonna try to knock him prone, or are you going to try to knock him 5 feet back?
I want to knock him 10 feet back because
10 feet back. So that throws him into Varm. Okay. And then just to show the difference here, I'm just gonna put them side by side. You essentially like knocked him into Varm. Varm stood tall and just kind of spun him around his shoulder.
Okay.
Is there anything else that happens, or is it just the shove?
I bare my teeth at the girl.
Okay. All right. That ends your turn?
Yep.
Damros.
Okie dokie. What do I got available? I would like to attempt to pry out one of the fake gemstones with my crowbar.
Okay. Based off the fact that no one is looking at you right now, everyone else is engaged, and you have the proper tools to it, I don't need you to make a roll for this. You're pulling out one random thing.
Okay.
At this point, you see that there's a small amount of energy behind where that stone was. and I would like you to make another Arcana check.
Alrighty. That is a 13.
Based off of that roll, you are getting the idea that there is a spell placed on that fresco that is meant to be a deterrent from getting deeper into the vault.
Okay.
You're now getting the idea here, even though you can't specify the exact method here, that Vash and Royal are under the effect of this charm.
I'm just going to go, hey, guys, I think this painting has them inebriated.
Mm-hmm.
Inebriated with beautiful art.
Also
I
known
think you're
as
inebriated.
charmed. You got drunk goggles on, guys. Don't do it. She's not that pretty.
All right, after Damros, that brings us up to Varm.
All right, do I hear what Damros has announced?
Loud and clear.
All right. This time I want to walk up to Royal and just like grab him on the shoulders and try to explain what Damros just said. You need to snap out of it. It's a fucking spell.
I'm like, I'm charmed and raging.
Hey, he didn't say that he wanted it to work. He said that's what he did.
Okay.
Do I see any change in the fervor, the maniacal look on his face?
I would say Royal has the same dead eyes as ever.
If I slap him like a bitch, he's going to want to hit me back. So my only concern there is how much damage can I do to him before he does enough to me.
I do have a gunshot.
But seeing as I really don't want to cause anyone to be really hurt over this, well, I can't come up with any way that I could get him out of this spell other than to maybe knock him unconscious. Before I do that, though, I want to look at, what was her name? Ismay?
Esvel.
Esvel. I want to look over at Esvel and see if she has any ideas. Is there anything you can do about this spell? And see what she says. I'm still holding on to Royal, by the way.
Yeah, in terms of like helping them at them, no. I can only imagine that if we destroy the painting, the effect may end. And then Helsinki just kind of comes out too. It's like, I don't care how the fuck this ends. Just make it fucking end.
All right. Well, I don't know how much of an action I would have left.
Based off the fact that you literally just put your hand on Royal. You didn't really try to interact with him. You just wanted to make a connection. I would still say you have your main and your bonus action left. Because you weren't trying to get Royal to do anything.
Well, let's see how this goes. I want to try and grapple him. I want to try and immobilize him just by holding on to him. And not in a weird face-to-face, huggy kind of way. We're talking like Andre the Giant kind of.
Yep. Contested athletics checks. Royals is at advantage.
Yeah. Athletics?
18.
23.
I'm sorry, man. It's just Royal's just too wound up to be, grappled right now.
Like I said before, fucking cats.
Yeah, it's just as soon as you begin to try to make a wrist grab so you can come through, he just is able to counter it. And he's not trying to like grapple you. It seems more like he's trying to defend the painting than attack you, but he's very, very adept at making sure he's not losing his ability to protect the painting. That brings us to Asvel. And Asvel is just going to come up 5, 10, 15, 20. Royal and Vash, you can make opportunity attacks because she brandishes out her dagger and is going to try to come through.
Yep.
Mhm.
Do I have anything that could keep her in place?
Dang it. I have Sentinel, so if I somehow manage to hit with this really low roll, then she won't make it past me.
Okay.
That's good.
Does a 10 hit her?
It does not, no. She sees you begin to like get the idea as you take your quarterstaff and you sweep low, as she just kind of like sidesteps with one leg high and is able to essentially high step away from your trip attack. What about you, Royal?
20 to hit.
20 hits.
6, 10, 12 slashing.
12 slashing. As she gets this giant gash just going down her arm out here, as it doesn't stop her, she just takes her dagger and she's going to slam it right into the fresco. Now let's see how she does. Natural 20. As I make sure I got the... All right, so that is 2. That's another 3. So 5 plus 4 is 9 damage on here. As she kind of just looks to Damaros and just goes, just keep on trying to break this painting. And that ends her turn. Now it's Helsinki's turn. Helsinki throws his gun aside, uses his bonus action to begin to rage, and is going to try to make a punch attack on Vash. He's going to make... What's that?
Opportunity attacks don't work the way I think they do. Never mind.
Yeah, because you already used your opportunity attack on Asvel. That's 15 plus 6, 21 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
That is 6 bludgeoning damage right to your face.
Okay.
And then that ends his turn. That gives us Vash up next.
Okay. I am going to, wrap both hands around the handle of the sickle and make an attack against Helsinki.
I just saw your question on the private chat. I would say if you have 2 hands on the actual sickle itself, you lose reach.
Okay.
It's essentially the one hand or holding by the chain. It'll still do the same base damage, but then you gain reach.
Gotcha. Okay. I figured that was probably what the trade-off was going to be.
Yeah.
Okay. That is a 12 to hit.
12 unfortunately does not hit.
Okay. I'm going to use a key point to do Fury Elbows.
Yep.
And make 2 unarmed strikes.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be 16 and 23.
Both hit.
Okay. Also, I'm not trying to kill him, because if he dies, I can't force him to appreciate the painting.
Okay, so it'll be non-lethal, yes.
Okay. Okay, those are +4. So that is going to be 11 bludgeoning damage.
11 reduced to 5 because he's raging.
Right.
Okay. Royal.
I am going to. I want to take out my rope.
Mm-hmm.
And wrap it around my hands like that.
Mm-hmm. Just like your computer cord.
That's the nearest cord that I didn't mind doing that to.
You gotta garrot this guy.
Nope. I'm gonna go 5, 10, and then get her try to get her around the neck with the rope.
All right. Go ahead and roll a attack using your strength modifier and proficiency.
Using strength, is it at advantage?
Mm-hmm.
Does he get to add his mafia proficiency too?
Only if he says something that makes her seem like a mafioso target, like Johnny Tight Lips or something like that.
It's is that 19?
Yeah, you're successfully able to wrap this person with your makeshift garrote wire. She is now suffocating, and based off of how this will work, because she was unaware and could not hold her breath, she has 3 turns before she falls to 0 hit points and unconscious.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the non-dead kind of 0 hit points.
Correct. It should. She just.
I'm going for sleeper hold.
She would like the way the rules are. Is it's not that you are dying; it's that you drop to 0 and are unconscious.
Cool. That's what I want.
Yep. Because we had this very same thing happen in my other game, and so that brings us to Damros.
All right, I'd like to set my backpack down real fast, rummage through it, and pull out a hammer and piton and drive it
Okay.
into the hole from the stone that I just removed.
All right. Go ahead and roll to hit then. This would be a strength-based attack.
Jeez, I rolled a 2 for a total of 3.
You weren't able to drive any deeper into the fresco.
Okay. I'm just trying to get the stone back in, guys.
Should can I roll for gullible?
Sure.
I just don't know if I believe him or not.
We'll make that a case. Damros, make a deception check, royal insight check.
Alrighty. My deception puts it at a total of 20.
17.
Royal, you get the idea that maybe Damros is coming around to how awesome this painting is. and you know what, that you've never known joy quite like that. That brings us to Varm.
All right. I holster my gun,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to, what do they call that when you put your shield, when you stow your shield? Because I want to pull out my warhammer and go two-handed on this thing, on that painting. So I'm going to bull rush past Vash if I can.
Yep. And because he already used his attack of opportunity on Asvel, you get the free rush.
All right. So then I'm going to try and see what I can do to this fresco.
Yeah, roll to smite.
Please don't tell me my warhammer breaks.
We have not been playing by that rule in this campaign.
That unfortunately only gives me a 7.
Unfortunately, you just like your grip was just a little bit wrong because it's the first time you've used a warhammer in a while, and you just as you hit against the wall of the fresco, and you really just feel the vibration more in your hand than anything else. You look at it to make sure that the warhammer's okay, and it is. You're just like, oh, okay, as you change your grip up for next time.
When I say okay, do I kind of sound like Fred Flintstone? Because I kind of feel like Fred Flintstone right now.
Yeah, there's a Hanna-Barbera quality to the attack that you made.
All right.
Yep.
Um,
Anything else? All right. If nothing
Yeah,
else,
wait, hold on. I'm thinking.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use my action surge
cool.
to attack again.
All right. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Much better that time. 17.
That's exactly what you need to hit. Roll damage.
That's a D10 because it's versatile. That's 9 bludgeoning damage.
How would you like to destroy this art?
Like an angry older brother through your. Oh, I got to go this way. Like an angry brother through your Lincoln Logs settler's village. I want shards flying everywhere.
Yeah, Sig Semper Lincoln Logs as as this fresco ends up getting smashed like 1,000 Lego pieces. And as soon as that happens, Royal, you look and still within the means of your rage, see that you're now becoming like regaining your free will, and holy crap, I'm choking this person out. Vash, you're beginning to realize, hey, like I'm finding the person who let me in here, and you begin to realize like that you were not fully in control of yourself for the past minute or so.
I won't apologize for what happened, but I can promise that I will do better not to let it happen again.
And I'm like looking at what's left of the fresco and trying to see if I can remember why I liked it so much.
Let me go.
You know, without all with the smashing, it kind of.
I'm gonna toss the stone I'm holding at that I had at Royal and go, catch. Here's a souvenir of your time.
Dink.
At this point, as Vel just kind of falls limp in front of you, Royal.
How big is the painting?
The painting was 25 by 25. Oh, I'm sorry, I take that back. 15 by 15.
Mm. That's so big. Well,
Hey, here's an idea. How about you let my friend go?
how about you stop shooting people?
Well, the fact that we're actually having a conversation now, without you being such an angry little asshat, makes me feel maybe we can try a different tactic.
Who shot first?
I did.
Right. So, you see that you're the problem here.
Let her go. At this point, she literally just falls, slumped to the ground. As this point, Helsinki comes up, feeds her a potion of healing. She regains 8 hit points. As she comes back up, she goes, Helsinki, when this is all said and done, remind me to pull every artist off of my paybook. That sucked.
I'm gonna take a potion of healing.
Okay.
8.
So, let's take a moment and recognize that there's going to be a lot of stuff to trip us up. Are you all okay now?
Got shot in the gut.
Oh, really? How's my neck?
I think you need to loosen that necklace.
Looks like you got a hickey from a boa constrictor.
All right, cool. I just wanted to know what lie to tell people when they ask. Topside. Can we all just take a breather for a little bit?
A fire breather?
Preferably not.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to a short rest myself.
I'm still
Alright.
good.
Then you can take watch.
What a bitch.
All right.
All right, so over the next half hour, you guys can roll hit dice. Use any items you see fit. And unless somebody has something they specifically want to do over the next half hour, we will move straight back into the dungeon dive. And I promise there's only like 10 or 12 more paintings like this in here.
Chalt all over again.
Yep. Oh, and I'll lose 1 AC. All right, so and then when all is said and done, I'm going to move you guys up. We can all go up to the next hall.
Okay.
And oh god, what did I just do? That's what I did. Obi Nobi. Apparently I made stuff move as a group that included the party when I didn't want to. And we will begin again at the top of the order where let me get this all taken care of. We're now at the upper level. Just to remind you guys, you see 3 metal doors here, here, and here. Damros is the only one to try to look at the metal. You're not quite sure what it is. You've got columns at this point here. Unfortunately, the resolution isn't too great. And then this dark spot over here falls down to the lower level where we entered the vault at. All right. And then Helsinki will go first. He's just going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And end his turn. That brings us up to Vash.
I will go 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
All right. And do me a favor. Just roll a d20 for me.
It's a good side.
10.
Okay. Royal.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
And do me a favor. Roll a d20 for me.
That's a D12.
Falling back into old habits.
I rolled a 12.
Okay. That brings us to Damros.
All right. I'm gonna do the flying thing still.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay.
And I will use my bonus action dash to go 5, 10.
Before
15.
you dash, do me a favor. Roll a d20.
I got a 14.
Okay. Finish up.
20, 25. And I'll stop there and just peer down that hallway.
All right. Varm.
Use my action or use my movement to get up next to Hellboy there.
Sweet deal. Roll a d20 for me.
That is a crit fail.
At this point, as you get up, you begin to see, and let me get my layers going here. A kind of black sludge. It is not aggressive to you at all, but it is kind of, it looks like it's animated by its own self.
Kind of elbow, or kind of nudge with my foot, seeing as he's pretty small.
Mm-hmm.
Helsinki there and kind of motion back to where I noticed it.
He just kind of looks at it and goes, I don't like the looks of that. Did it attack you?
It hasn't moved yet.
Well, I'm already down 2 bullets out here, and I didn't bring any spares, so maybe we shouldn't try to fight everything that moves just yet.
Good thinking.
Awesome. We'll just hope that Isvel doesn't get any ideas. As Isvel's turn comes up, she's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Does not get any ideas. 30, as she just comes up here and she just kind of looks at you guys like, yeah, you know that there's some sort of weird thing back there, right? And Helsinki just kind of looks at you, rolls his eyes a little bit. It's like, we fucking know.
Is it a painting?
It's not a fucking painting.
Unless it's like good.
Mm-hmm. All right. That brings us back to the top where we have Helsinki coming up. Helsinki is going to look at the doors. He goes like, doesn't have any idea what the door is made of, but he's going to progress forward and making sure that I know what I need to do here. All right. So he's going 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And as you see him go, he's just stepping very, very cautiously. The bridges don't look like they're in the best condition, and he's trying to do whatever he can to not have to like bound or jump on the bridge. That brings us up to Vash the Stampede.
Okay. I am going to since did I hear that Helsinki didn't bring spare ammunition?
You did. He wasn't quiet about it.
Okay, I'm going to kind of step back this way and kind of cover our rear from that weird thing.
Okay.
And I'm going to hold an action for if it comes into my range.
Sounds good. That brings us to Royal.
$10, 15, 20. Is that like it doesn't go through?
You're still able to go through. That's just going to be difficult terrain.
So I could probably only make it to there then.
Yeah. Do me a favor. How much does your character weigh?
Like 250.
I need you to make a dexterity check for me.
Okay. Four.
Turn that into a saving throw then.
Oops.
4.
At this point, the sheer weight of Royal causes this bridge to begin to crumble. And as it begins to crumble, you see yourself beginning to fall. At this point, I want you to make a strength saving throw.
At least I'm good at that. There we go. 24.
As you begin to fall, you just reach your hands out and you're just with one hand able to keep yourself from falling like off the bridge and 60 feet down. However, this section has gone from difficult terrain to impassable through the ground. However, you haven't taken the fall damage, but you're kind of in a tricky situation right now. That brings us to Damros.
Alrighty. So, I'm assuming I would have heard the crash.
Very easily. You would have seen it too.
Okay, then I'm going 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And I want to try and help Royal get back up.
Just to let you know is that there, like, you could have gone as the crow flies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, then I would have just gone the whatever it is. So that
You would have gone the 10 feet.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So no check for this. It's just your object interaction of the turn to extend something out for Royal, and then being able to give yourself something to brace on so that he can come back up to standing.
Mhm.
And it's just a time factor on that one. It takes about the equivalent of your turn.
That's fine with me.
Yep. That brings us to Varm.
Are these? Is this area here like a little bit of a parapet wall?
Yes. It's a half wall.
So I could have also heard and seen what had happened.
Very easily, yes.
All right.
Varm is known for having his head on a swivel.
And I don't necessarily need to go any closer and make it any more precarious, but I do want to grab a hold of Damros and kind of help steady him so he can get Royal back.
Done and done. That brings us up to Asvel. She's going to just kind of step back away from the creature. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and she'll dash 5, 10, 15. And she's going to, at that point, look towards the doors. Rolls a natural 20 on her perception check. And she just goes, "Oh, dear God. That's adamantine. Do you guys understand what could be done with that alloy?"
You can make claws.
Well,
like really sturdy
yes.
bones.
Any weapons made with adamantine can take incredible amounts of force and pressure. In fact, to give you an idea, Royal, your sword, if we took that under 2,500 feet of water, it would crumple and be rendered useless.
Doubt it.
That adamantine, we could take it to 3,500 feet and it's still war ready. The amount of
alive to use it.
That's the fun part here, is you wouldn't be.
Why is that the fun part?
What I'm trying to say here is imagine a weapon that never needs sharpening or maintenance. It is just ready to go.
Can we make a diving suit out of it?
I'm sure you could.
Let's
Look, I feel like we got off the wrong foot with the metaphor here. It's not necessarily I want you to go fight underwater.
Sword. I can make a super underwater sword. I have a potion of water. No, that's fire breathing. I know where to get a potion of water breathing.
Yes. All right. But I'm just saying here is we have a very valuable alloy, which by itself, if we can excavate it, we could make fortunes just from having, like, look at that. It's 20 feet high. Each slab is 10 foot wide. That's a 20 by 20 section of adamantium. Yes. Yes.
We didn't come here for adamantine.
I understand that, but there's...
We came for frescoes.
Oh, I see what you guys did there. Ha, 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 fucking ha. I'm just saying, even if everything we was told was wrong, we still got something we can sell.
All right.
We'll take it on the way out.
Yeah, is that good enough for you, Rembrandt?
Not better than the fresco you destroyed.
Just to let you guys know, the charm effect has worn off.
I still liked it.
Stand by.
All right, at this point, Helsinki is going to come up 5, 10, 15. Because he moved again. He succeeds again, as he's going to try to open up the door. And that's going to take us to... And is able to open up the door. This one is going to V8. As he opens up this room, there is right here a 10-foot tall painted statue of an armored male dwarf. It's wielding a battle axe and wearing a mask, and it stands in the back of this 20-foot high room.
Mask.
A fucking huge mask.
I mean, like, is it like a cat mask?
It's not a cat mask. It's, if anything, it's more of a dwarf mask.
Father?
Just before the statue, and let me mark this with an X. Just before the statue, there is a adamantine pole ring.
A what?
It's a ring that you can, like, on a chain that you can pull.
Oh, got it.
Yep. Just to let you guys know right now, I have to use the restroom right now, so let's take a 5-minute break, and we'll return with Vash.
Okay.
Locally.
Yep. See you guys at 4:19.
Sounds good. Mike, do you not have your camera on today? Actually, I decided to reconnect mine, and I have you now, Dad.
Mm.
I don't know why it doesn't. I don't know. I guess have a like an automatic refresh or something that it does.
I don't know. I don't know why it's herky jerky, but I do have it still hooked with an Ethernet cable, and it's been great ever since I updated the browser. I get cameras from everyone who's got them on,
Nice.
so it's really cool. It's a lot more enjoyable.
I haven't really noticed any herky jerkiness out of your camera.
I can see it in my image. I don't know if that's because it has to, like, it's doubling back into the computer. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But if you don't notice it, obviously it means on the outgoing signal, then it's okay.
Right. What's the shirt that you're wearing?
Oh, it's my Chase Elliott shirt.
Oh, okay. I only saw like the top a little bit, and it almost looked like the Halo 2 logo. I was like, I don't what.
And as usual, I will be right back.
Okay.
Do.
No camera today, Mike?
I didn't feel like setting it up.
That's fair.
The migraine, I'm lucky I made it this far.
You taking anything for it yet?
Yeah, I've taken shit for it. It just hasn't really helped.
Hmm.
Which is shitty.
I just imagine you, since you play in your room, just like laying in the darkness in your bed with your headphones on.
I've done that a couple times.
All right. Well, I'm ready to go when everybody else is.
Yo.
My dad's not back yet.
Okay. Ahoy, hoy.
Hoiny hoy.
Mm-hmm. Hey, just to let you guys know, the best time to wear a striped sweater is all the time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were gonna say when you were burned to death and then you're haunting people's dreams.
Oh, yeah.
That is a pretty good time to wear a stripy sweater.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back in case you guys were waiting.
Okay.
Okay. That brings us back up to Vash. It'll Stampede.
All right. I am going to back up to there and continue to hold my attack and watch that blob.
Okay. So far, it doesn't look like it's like you've caught its ire yet.
Okay.
Royal, you've been pulled back up onto the correct side of the bridge, or the intended side of the bridge.
Okay. And it's a 5-foot
Mm-hmm.
distance. What's the long jump distance?
Your long jump is 5 feet plus an additional 5 feet for every +1 of strength you have.
Okay. So I'm gonna take a step back and then run and try to jump across.
All right, you do so, but can you do me a favor and roll a dexterity saving throw?
That was a mistake.
Because you are built like a mat truck.
A tight end. 10.
10? All right. I need you to make another strength saving throw.
Ooh. 8.
All right. So you have widened up the amount of impassable area. You aren't able to catch yourself against the wall here as you fall 60 feet down and take roll 66.
What's the matter, Nadia? Couldn't you stick the landing?
But
Yep.
I still land on my feet, right?
We'll see.
You land in a super heroic 3-point landing with your other arm up like this, but you take 15 points of fall damage.
Okay.
It's really hard on the knees, you know.
Yes.
He's gonna do
As
it.
that puts you down right here.
Maybe don't jump across.
At this point, Helsinki just kind of looks down, sees you there, is like, trust me, I wasn't planning on it.
What's this jump you speak of?
Where you take your feet and then you leave the ground. And then
So
you
it's
come
flying.
back-
Yeah, flying.
It's like
then you
really
come back
temporary.
down, but like over there.
So like landing when I'm flying.
But like if your wings were cut off.
Why would you do that?
Wouldn't that hurt?
Because they're like big and they probably get in the way.
No.
Pros definitely outweigh the cons. Yep. All right. After that, we have Damros.
All right, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll use my bonus action dash to go to the door and try and open it.
All right. Give me a strength check.
Oh.
8.
You aren't able to open up this.
Guys, it's heavy. Royal, get up here. Open the door.
Can you pick me up?
Alright, so 5, 10, 15, 20. And then I'll go 10 feet down.
All right. So you have 50 feet to go. Varm.
So I see that Royal is hurt but okay.
Yes.
So I assume that he can just find his way back to the stairs as long as he doesn't look at the painting again. Actually, it may not even matter because I think we dispelled the magic. So
Well,
I'm
we're
going
gonna
to
find out.
Yeah, I'm going to leave him to muddle through that one on his own. And I'm going to go the 20 feet here, and I don't know, I'm going to kind of do my best engineer's assessment of this this particular bridge here.
This particular bridge is technically all in one continuous like piece. On its way, that's going to be to. However, it's not one that looks like it can handle multiple people at once, and you get the idea that maybe the lighter the person is, the more successfully they are to traverse it.
All right, then I will stay where I am, and I look at what was her name again? Esbel.
Yes.
And I kind of, well, get going.
As you swing around and, good old head on the swivel Varm, I want you to make a perception check for me.
Ooh, that was a good one. I changed die. I put the other one into jail. That is a dirty 20.
You're getting an idea that there's a small inconsistency with the walls right around here.
All right. Thanks. Well, since I haven't taken the action, can I finish my movement?
Hell yeah, you can.
Now, I'm going to step up to the wall because that'll finish my movement and just kind of see what I can see, I guess.
You begin to see a small line that makes this look like it is a push and slide secret door.
All right. I yell to Vash then.
Yep. Also, Vash, is that a real cat right there?
Yep.
So many cats in this damn adventure. All right. That brings us up to Asvel. Asvel is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Saves 5, 10. And we'll end her turn right there. Helsinki is going to come up, and that's not Helsinki, that's Asvel. Is he going to step up there? He's going to grab the ring on this. and he needs to make a saving throw. And fails. Vash, you're the only one that can see this. There's a adamantine plate at the base of where this ring is.
Okay.
That Helsinki is kind of worried about touching. So he steps to the side of it and pulls the ring out.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, the eyes of this statue, while looking down at where the plate was, send this arc of fire, and Helsinki has to make a dexterity saving throw. And he fails. And he ends up taking 11 fire damage, because as a tiefling, he's resistant to fire damage. Yeah, he just sits there and goes, all right, yep, not the trap I was looking for. You got me.
Everything's cursed.
All right, guys, here's the deal. This one's not for us. And now we have Vash the Stampede.
Okay. Varm, was it? What was it that you were trying to yell before Discord cut out?
Just wanted you to come over here if you weren't doing anything other than that, like anything important.
Okay. I do so.
All right. You see there is a push and slide door because Varm pointed it out to you.
Ooh. I would like to step up and push and slide it.
Okay. Inside there, you have a secret room. Let me. Door. And to give you an idea here, you have 5 copper urns. Each of them contain 25 gold pieces worth of copper. Oh, I'm sorry. I take this back. The copper urns itself are worth 25 gold pieces.
Oh, okay.
The first urn contains 5 tourmalines, which is a crystal worth about 100 gold pieces each, mixed in with another 200 copper pieces. Urn 2 contains a ring of warmth, mixed in with 10 ordinary gold rings worth 25 gold pieces each, and 650 silver pieces. Urn 3 is piled high with 250 gold pieces. Urn 4 holds 33 blue quartz gemstones, each worth 10 gold pieces each. Urn 5 holds a 9-inch tall silver statuette of a dwarf priest of Moradin and has amethyst eyes. It weighs 10 pounds and is worth 250 gold pieces.
It sounds like all of those are probably more than I can realistically carry. I will shout out, guys, we found the treasure.
At this point, everyone spins their heads and goes, what? Helsinki comes in and there's like scorch marks all over him. He goes, what?
Is that a better fresco?
If you're charmed again, so help me God.
No, I just dig frescoes.
Also, we'll pause the initiative count here so that Damrose can pull Royal back up.
At that point, I was just gonna drop a rope and fly towards the door and
I don't think the interesting point of the story here is how we get Royal back up.
Yeah.
We could just describe it and then it's done. So we can get Royal on the right side of the bridge.
I was just saying to shortchange it. I was gonna drop the rope and let him climb and pull at the same time, and there you go, done.
Very cool.
So he ends up on the right side of it this time.
Yep.
Cool.
So now we go back to we're just gonna say that takes up Royal's turn and Damrose's turn, getting them back up. That brings us up to Varm then.
All right. Looking at the urns. I want to look around step in and look around the rest of the room. Be curious as if this is just a hiding place or if this is some sort of a tribute.
You would imagine that if this was a tribute hall, it would be much more lavish. This looks like it was merely and with the amount of dust in the room here, you get the idea is that this was one that was used before Never Ember got his hands on it, and even he did not realize that this room existed.
All right, is this something that we can divvy up amongst all of our various packs and
yeah, very easily. Like it comes with its own containers, the 5 urns. So I'll just go ahead and after this session type up what you guys all collectively got and the prices, and then we can just melt it down into its cash value. And then the only reason why we wouldn't move it to its cash value is because you'd rather have it as its item.
Fair.
all right. I want to look at Vash though and say, this is great, but I don't think this is a million dragon gold.
I'll take your word for it because I don't think I've ever seen that much money before, or this much money.
I don't think I've seen money. Is it an idea? Is it a thing?
Nonetheless, we're gonna grab it.
Yeah. All right. That was Varm's turn. Yes. So that brings us to Esvel. Esvel's going to try to make another open at the door, but this time using her crowbar from her thieves kit to help boost her numbers, and she does. That opens up. What room is that? Oh no, I tore the page just a little bit. Shit. This door was forced open. The north, east, and south walls of this 20-foot high room are adorned with dust-covered frescoes depicting dwarven smiths at work in their forges. An iron anvil sits atop of a raised stone block in the middle of the floor. Both fixtures are draped in cobwebs. At this time, she begins to look around the room and sees the frescoes and goes, "Oh, fuck." And as she stares at it just a little bit longer, she goes, "Don't worry, guys. These are all the okay kind of frescoes. We can look at these."
You could have looked at the other one.
In fact, I think you could take them off the walls. As she lifts ones up and she goes, "Oh, that's interesting." As we're back up to Helsinki, and Helsinki just goes, comes out of his room and goes, "Look, guys, I know what's up here. We don't want to go into that room, and it looks like I need a cigarette." As he continues, that was 10 feet, 15, 20, 25, 30. It succeeds the check. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. All right. That brings us to Vash.
Okay. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do. I think I'll just move back up to there so I can be kind of central. I still don't trust that ooze thing, even though it hasn't done anything. But I think that's gonna do it for me.
Sounds good. Royal.
All right, let's go. 15 to go there, and
dexterity saving throw. I'm kidding.
start prying.
All right, go ahead and make a athletics check for me.
20 something.
As long as it's not 20, that door opens.
It's 17, so plus 6, 23.
Yeah, that door swings open. And that brings us to what number is that room? 7. 4 suits of rusted plate armor without helmets, size for a dwarf, stand in the corners of this 20-foot high room. Each suit is draped in cobwebs. Dwarvish runes are carved into the east wall. The inscription reads, "A secret never before told will part Dumathoin's lips."
Anybody interested in kissing a guy named Doomathone?
I don't even know what to make of that.
I want to walk into the room.
Okay.
The rest of my movement.
Mm-hmm.
And I assume there are no name tags on the suits.
There's not. No, there's actually one. It's just Chad's. No, there's no.
It's like Doomathone.
No.
Um,
So to give you an idea here is like the corners have these like dwarven armor sets.
right.
And then right here, and let me make a small little shape for this. This is the statue of Dumathorn.
Oh.
Yep.
And what? Can I reread
Doom.
the inscription?
The inscription reads, "A secret never before told will part Dumathon's lips." Do me a favor and roll a religion check.
Not great. 6.
You're guessing that Dumathon's a dwarf.
No, I already used my action, so
Yeah.
that's it.
All right. At this point, we have Damaros.
Okay. I'm gonna go 15, 20, and I just want to investigate the suits of armor in here also.
All right. As you look around the room, I want you to also make a religion check.
That comes out to 16.
You know that Dumathon is a ancient dwarven deity that presides over secrets, and not so much secret keeping, but like it's more like spying and the finding out of secrets.
Okay.
And then you read the inscription that only a secret never before told will part Dumathon's lips. You get into the statue and you begin to see that there's an articulation in the jaw of the statue.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So, the jaw of the statue looks like it can move. Dumathon is the dwarven god of not keeping secrets, but finding new ones.
Mm-hmm.
So this statue's got something to do with this shit. We need secrets, guys.
Okay. And with your turn being done, it's now Varm's.
All right, I want to move back over here and kind of. I want to see what Esbel's doing. Did
All
I
right.
notice that she was doing something with the frescoes?
Yeah, so she picked a fresco up off the wall. And you get you get a thought in your head, it's like, oh fuck, here we go again. But then she just sets it down. And that's when she looks at the wall and goes, well, that's interesting. And she picks up this hammer.
She set the fresco back in its place or on the floor?
On the floor. So as she begins to look back towards the wall, she reaches for something. She goes, that's interesting. And that's the last that happened by the time that you, like, up to the moment you're at right now.
All right. I guess I just want to yell to her then. Hey, what's going on in there?
It's a hammer. Not like a weapon hammer, like a smithing hammer. And you see the smithing stone right here, right? Like the anvil. The anvil's what it's called, right? Anvils.
Yeah.
Why would you go through so much in order to hide a hammer in a room dedicated to smithing? The art here is about smithing. In fact, when I pulled up the hammer, it said something in Elvish. I'm sorry, in Dwarvish. Because dwarves are here, not elves, dwarves. It said, "Let hearts be lifted and battles won." I wonder what that means.
It's a war hammer.
At that point, is that what else would you like to do?
Well, I'm still wary of traversing this bridge any further. So I guess I'm just going to stay there and just kind of keep an eye on what she's doing.
All right. At this point, she still has the hammer in her hand. She's going to move up towards the anvil itself, and she dusts off the anvil and goes, "Wait, there's writing here too. Let the hammer fall and the anvil ring." And she looks and just goes, "Should we do it?" And that'll underturn. Helsinki is just going to move down next to Varm. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And seeing what happened to Royal and him not being a small guy by any means, it's cool not being on the bridge. He just looks at it and goes, "Don't know." Vash.
I guess I will try to join someone somewhere. Do I feel like there's a way to safely get past these guys to traverse the bridge?
Yes, easily.
Okay.
Like
What's that?
I know the way we've done exploration before, but when we're not in battle, people will get out of the way for you.
Okay, I just meant like,
Oh,
was the bridge like
you've gone
too
outside like that
full
before.
or whatever?
No.
Yeah, you have.
What's your character's weight?
Let me look. 175 pounds.
All right, proceed unmolested.
Okay. All right. So then I dash to get into the room.
As you go in to look to all this, there is 3 more frescoes. You you look at all of them and you go, "Oh yeah, these are pretty nice, but it's art. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't feel a deep connection to this art. It's just art." At that point, as Vel looks at you, sees you not freaking out, and just has a sigh of relief. But you do see that all the other 2 frescoes are projected away from the wall for God knows what reason. You look at the one where the fresco's been taken down, the wall itself is recessed, and there's a hole where a hammer rested, and you see it as a hammer that's in Asvel's hands.
Okay. Can I try to maybe remove one of the other frescoes from the wall?
Easily.
Okay. I would like to do that then.
You find another hammer underneath that fresco.
That's weird. Why would we need 2 hammers? That makes even less sense.
Yeah, but it's a smithing hammer. It's not quite the one that Leovin had in Curse of Strahd.
Nothing's quite like that.
Yeah.
The hammer of pieces. Okay. I guess that's probably about all I can do.
For now, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That brings us to Royal.
All right. So I'm gonna lean into this statue and whisper, "Do you want to hear a secret?"
It's a statue and does not respond.
This isn't my real face. It's a mask.
The statue continues to not respond.
Oh, like you don't get it. Like
Whisper it a secret.
I'm not a cat. I've never told anybody before.
The statue does not respond.
Okay, this thing's broken.
All right, Damros.
Maybe if you pretended to be a dwarf and tell it a secret, it would work.
Do you speak Dwarvish?
No, do you speak Dwarvish?
I speak Goblin.
Yeah, give that a try. Maybe it'll get mad.
I speak Dwarvish.
First off, as soon as Royal says, "I speak Goblin," the jaw drops open.
I did it.
Yeah, to let you know, the trigger on this was a secret that nobody else knew. And a better secret would have been, I'm just playing along with Royal. Since everybody knew you weren't a tabaxi, they just play along with it. But as soon as you said, "I speak Goblin," which nobody else knows, drops it down, and you see that there's a switch in the mouth of the statue.
So as I'm leaving the room, I see this, and I'll go over to the other two over here and go, "So, Royal speaks Goblin, and we had a statue open its mouth, and I'm worried he's going to stick his hand in there."
People who aren't goblins speak Goblin? That's impressive.
People who aren't tabaxis pretend to be tabaxis. What's so surprising?
He just continues to have surprises, I guess. Some of which are actually surprising, and some of them are... I don't have a word for it. But, yeah, that leads us to Varm.
I ponder what news Damros has brought to us, and I guess I still want to keep an eye on. I'm interested in what Vash and Esvel are doing, so I'm just gonna keep watching the movie.
All right, at this point, it becomes Esvel's turn, and she kind of looks at it and goes, "I guess it's only natural for us to do this." She raises the hammer up and slams it into the anvil. And it ends up becoming louder than any of you guys would have ever thought. As it rings out, based off the way the room is coming out, everyone but Royal hears it. And instead of it being earth shattering, instead of it being overwhelming, you feel it oddly comforting. And at this point, all of you gain 10 temporary hit points.
Huh.
Yeah.
Accept.
Everyone but Royal gets 10 temporary hit points.
Yay.
Let me make sure that I have this right. This temporary hit points will last until depleted or until 24 hours pass.
Good deal.
Yep. So normally temporary hit points go away on a rest. From the specific verbiage here, that's not true for these. Okay. And at that point, she just goes, "Huh. I don't understand what happened here." As she raises up to hit it again, and this time there is no sound.
Huh.
Okay, now I really don't understand what happened here. As that brings us back up to Helsinki. And Helsinki just goes, "That's what you get for just trying things without knowing what they'll do first."
Says the guy who got burned.
Yeah, I learned my lesson about 18 seconds prior. That's why I'm an expert on this. That brings us to Vash.
I stow in my backpack the other hammer, and throw the other fresco off the wall and see if there's another hammer.
There is.
Guys, we can do this 2 more times.
Did you find an unlimited supply of ammo?
Anything else you'd like to do this turn, Vash?
Is there anything else in the room outside of the frescoes?
Nope.
No. Okay. No, I guess I will. I'll head out.
Okay. Royal with cheese. As you flip the switch, you hear this stone slab moving. And you begin to find, as you look around the room, a staircase that spirals down on this square. And you just can't see the bottom of it. It looks like it spirals multiple times.
Guys, there's stairs.
Ooh.
Go down as far as I can.
All right. And when that happens, I'm going to remove this one out here. This will put you right here on this map. So let me draw a line so that people know where staircases lead to. There we go.
Cool. And then I'm just gonna chill there and wait for somebody else.
All right. And let me delete that too. All right. That brings us to Damros.
Alrighty then.
Just for the record, guys, to speed this all up, you have explored this floor in its entirety. If you want, we can just speed ahead until everyone's down to where Royal is. Unless there's something you guys want to do I haven't thought of yet.
No, I'll go down to where Royal's at.
All right.
Yeah, that's
Don't
fine.
forget the frescoes.
At this point, Helsinki just goes, "Well, get it on the way up."
So figure I'd probably end up about there.
Yep. There we go. All right. And simply because Royal was the first one down here, we're going to restart at Royal's spot in the initiative and work our way back around.
All right. I'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
All right. And then everyone else, go ahead and make your movements, and we'll resume with Royal.
Are there any doors, or does it just seem like?
We'll get to that in just a second here.
That's where I'd want to be.
Okay. So to give you an idea, let's work on him right here. We'll go. Let me get on where I need to be. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 15, 20, 25, 30. And before we have Royal finish up his turn, you have arrived into the main vault. Although deep underground, the staircase that you went through, you estimate, was over 200 feet in depth.
That's a lot of feet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Multiple hundreds of them. This vault is lit by streams of sunlight that pour down from the ceiling, catching motes of dust in their luminous pools. Ornate columns support a 30-foot-high vaulted ceiling, which is adorned with carvings of dwarves basking in the presence of their gods. Deep alcoves line the wall, and piled in one of them is a vast golden trove. Out of the dusty gloom steps an aged dwarf clutching a staff. Carved and painted resemble a pair of entwined dragons, one red, one gold. Despite the dwarf's age, his eyes are steady and bright. "I wasn't expecting anyone," he says plainly. "As you can see, the place is a mess. Perhaps you should come back later when I've tidied up a bit." "Welcome. I guess it's time for pleasantries. Name's Baruch Klinghammer."
We are Vash the Stampede.
Well, nice to meet you all, but I'm assuming you're not all really named Vash the Stampede.
No, we are.
Well, I gotta tell you, you guys should make a club.
We did. We have a bar.
Well, bang on. Now, excuse me. What are you doing in my house?
You live here?
No, I work here.
I mean, you could commute. I don't know.
Are you the smartest one of the Vash the Stampedes?
Yes.
All right, I'm just going to take that one on face value then.
So what you got going on down here?
Well, as you can see, this here is a bit of a stockpile. Whenever the dwarves go to war, there appears to be a lot of stuff going down. And when we need to pay for what we need to pay for, this is what we take it out of.
Oh, perfect. Because there's a war, and I'm the dwarf purchaser.
Yeah, wait, roll deception.
He's here to buy dwarves.
You know, like people who are buyers. 6.
What the fuck you going on about, mate?
No, not like buying dwarves.
Oh,
Like,
so what did you really mean despite the words you said?
dwarves said, "Hey, Vash the Stampede, all of you, we need gold because war is happening."
All right, here's the deal. One of you all can tell me the fucking truth right now. And that's the only option all of us have.
Do you know where Lord Neverember's secret stash of gold dragons is?
Oh, so you're one of those people, eh? And excuse me before you respond. Let me read. Well, I mean, now there's a buzzword. Why don't you say that from the beginning instead of letting this guy talk?
I like to give him first crack.
I think he needs a little bit more seasoning before you put him in the big leagues.
Well, that's why so it's like in Pokemon where you have that Pokemon that is like completely useless, but you need to level it up, so you have it out in front, and then you swap it out on your first turn.
I'm totally confused by the concept of Pokemon.
Call me a fish.
No, that's how you get social experience too.
So you guys know Neverember. How so?
We
He's my father.
we saved. Why don't I have the Neverember Rainier? We saved Rainier's life.
Life.
Oh, so right. You don't know Dagult then?
That's how we met Dagult.
Yeah.
All right. How about somebody who hasn't made a habit of lying to me answers?
I'm just messing with you.
By saying there's a dwarven slave trade.
No, not slave trade. I said there was a war, but I was kidding.
All right. How about somebody else looking to make a first impression? At this point, Asvel comes up and he says, yes, hi. We were told that there was a massive cache of gold dragons down here, and as you can see, that information appears to be true. We were not expecting it to. Well, we were not expecting you to be on property that's rightfully mine. And he goes, huh. Well, that's a funny one, because I wasn't expecting you to be here where the property is rightfully mine. So I believe we've reached an impasse.
Do you have the deed to the property?
Oh, it's in here in one of these piles.
Mind if we look for it?
I guess I have no choice but to say yes to this.
Problem
Seeing as
solved.
you have no choice.
I'm sorry, what was that, Royal?
I said, well, seeing as you have no choice.
Yeah, seeing as I don't. And what would you guys like to do at this time?
Um,
Well,
you said there's just one guy here, one dwarf.
The one dwarf, yes.
Um,
I just sort of absent-mindedly start playing with the rope.
All right. Does anyone actually want to go through the gold piles?
I would.
All right, Damros, make an investigation check for me.
Alrighty. That comes out to 22.
As you dig through the nearest pile to you, although gold appears to be on the top, after a couple of inches of gold dragon coins get moved aside, you see that the pile underneath is almost exclusively gemstones. As you notice that Barak is getting more and more distressed the more you search around that pile.
So, what is wrong with this pile over here, Mr. Barak?
That pile is actually my personal pile, and I don't enjoy you being a part of that.
I'm going to dig further.
I've counted each and every one of those stones. I will know if you've taken one.
Okay, good for you. And I'm going to start chucking them across the room as I'm digging through them now.
At this point, you see that the shape of Barak is starting to change. You see that the staff itself falls to the ground. And you realize here that that dwarf wasn't a dwarf. And instead, this gold dragon. And edit. I need to get this on the proper layer. There we go. He expands his size up. He what once was a average sized dwarf comes out, and each arm just becomes monstrous and coming through and being able to sit down. He just goes, "All right, I, Oranax, am tired of this game. Dagult sent me to guard this treasure. Said it was for the good of all. He paid me those gemstones to protect it from thieves like you. Now tell me why I should let you live."
Not thieves. We're the opposite of thieves.
At this point, his snout gets right up next to you. I don't know what dragon breath would smell like if you haven't brushed your teeth in, a few hundred years, but Royal knows. He just goes, "Little man, little mask, tell me, do you think you can deceive me? You failed so far."
I'm not deceiving you anymore. We kill criminals and thieves.
But yet here you are, in a room full of gold that is not yours.
Being in a place doesn't mean you're taking things from it.
You're
What are you, my lawyer?
We haven't done anything yet.
You're also in a room full of gold that is mostly not yours.
Yeah. Doesn't mean you're a thief unless you are a thief, and then we have to kill you.
Maybe he really stole all this gold from Daggle.
Do you have any like?
All of you better give me a sign that Dagult knows you're here.
Daggle.
Wait. Everybody shut up for a second. I pull out one seal of Neverember that I bought in the first session.
At this point, he looks behind you, Royal, and just. Very well. As he shapeshifts back into the dwarf, picks up the staff. It's like, sorry about that. Looks like we got off on the wrong foot.
Nah, we're all just doing our jobs here.
It's okay. It was my fault.
Vash,
Tends to put people on edge.
yeah. Vash, would you say that's the best 5 gold you've ever spent?
Absolutely.
You should have seen him with a fresco, man.
So he just sits there and says, all right, so you're here on Party of November. I'm assuming that he's got orders for us. What needs done?
We need to liquidate the vault before the current usurpers gain access to it, and thus use it for nefarious means.
All right, then. So how do you need that done? Just let you know, the gemstones are mine. Don't touch those. But the gold dragons, they're all yours. Move them where they need to be moved. Oh, by the way, they weigh about 10,000 pounds.
No problem.
I mean, how do you think I got some buff while here in dwarven form?
Would you be willing to assist us in this endeavor?
I don't think that's a good idea because when I lose my temper, I tend to get super dragony.
Hey,
And if you guys haven't noticed in the last few minutes, I kind of have a hair trigger.
we're one
I'm
and
not-
the same, friend.
I don't know yet how we plan on moving the gold. However, I do know that we are the best intentioned group that is coming after this gold, as we actually have a connection to Lord Neverember. But there are representatives from the Zentarum and other groups that also seek this treasure. So we're gonna, whatever we need to figure out how to do. We also need what was the dwarf's name again?
Barak, Barrok.
We also need Barak's help in like keeping those people out while we get the gold out, because it's going to take some time to get all this out, I would assume.
All right, yeah. I mean, you guys grabbed the gold. I got what's remaining. This seems like something that has been used time and time again.
May I suggest you also move your gems? Because this place probably isn't safe anymore.
Yes.
Hmm.
Bingo.
Not with
Barak, would you consider this your lair?
I mean, I live here.
Do you feel like you have home court advantage here?
Well, I live here.
How long have you lived here?
How would you like a new layer?
I like this one just fine.
Well, I guess really the only thing I was asking is me like in-game metagaming, see how good of a setup he has for defending things here.
All right, so let's take a looky here. You remember how you guys got in, and you remember how hard that was, eh?
Yeah.
No.
I don't remember how we got in. I just remember
look.
a big blank of time, and then we were walking through this door, and freaking Vash
All
was
right, so-
talking to a
I was
rock.
sharing random details about my life, and
Yeah. So here's the deal here. The doors itself wasn't too easy to get in through. The painting. Oh man, I was really proud of that painting. The painting that makes you go a little crazy, and
that's a great painting.
That was fantastic.
I know,
more of
right?
those?
It's a brilliant painting. Hey, I
Can you
spent
make more?
years on that one.
It shows.
How much for a new one?
What happened to it?
No, I just want one to bring with me.
Oh, yeah. We'll discuss this one after we've moved the gold. It seems like we got things to take care of.
Um, Esvel, did you have any plans in place as to how you were gonna move 10,000 gold dragons?
Pounds.
10,000 pounds of gold dragons?
I'm sorry. It's just there's a lot of this that I'm still processing right now.
Wait, you've never seen a dragon before?
Not when I'm 20 feet away from it.
Does anyone have a wheelbarrow?
That's a little
Does anyone have a
conspicuous.
change of pants?
Actually, I would like to vote for a change of pants as well. What
That's not a common clothes that I have.
here's what I intended. I intended to own the property above where the vault was, and that way I didn't have to worry about moving it. But now that there's a dragon here, and he believes that we're working with Dagult Neverember, who, by the way, does not live in this town anymore, I don't really have a way to deal with this curveball.
So should we?
I just start loading gold into my backpack.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we should take as much gold as is reasonable to carry without causing ourselves to be
Conspicuous?
no, that's not no to be vulnerable, right? We should still be able to fight should those other factions who are in play here try to make a play for this today.
Wait. I have an idea. Let's take enough gold to buy bags of holding and come back with bags of holding.
Actually, I don't really hate that idea, but we just need to make sure we all go to different enchanters.
That doesn't seem like that big of a deal. Have you seen the city above?
I have. I just wanted to make sure that we didn't do this stupidly.
Well, that's why there are 7 brains here.
I'm going to go with 6 in Royals.
6.5?
So like 10.
I'm going to go with 6 in the brainstem that is the only part of Royal that's still working.
I feel like we got off on the wrong foot.
The medulla oblongata.
Because they
Well,
got all them
considering
teeth and no
my
toothbrush.
first experience with you guys was trying to harass me out of my own property, and then the 2 of you trying to kill the rest of us because we didn't appreciate a fresco enough. Yeah.
Just had to go
Yeah.
along with it.
Yeah. By the way, great fresco. Spent way too much time on it. I can make some of you want them.
Art is life. Don't you know anything?
Yeah.
It's not my fault that you don't appreciate art.
All right. So here's the deal.
Especially dragon art. What kind of asshole doesn't appreciate dragon art?
All right. So here's the deal. There is currently 7 of us: Yalo, Damros, Vom, Vash, Royal, Helsinki, myself. We all take 600 gold coins, 100 for ourselves, another 500 to build and take a bag of holding. And then that way we can come in and grab more inconspicuously.
Sounds good to me.
I feel like that sounds like a pretty good plan.
I mean, I'm just suggesting what you guys suggested to me, but I will take credit for coming up with it.
Hey,
Fuck you.
dragon.
Excuse me.
have
Let
any more-
me get into his voice. All right, yes, you, the one with the mask.
Do you have any like traps you could set that react to people who don't have the seal?
I believe it's known as being a dragon.
I'm going to go with your flying friend here.
So you don't have any traps?
What I'm trying to say is I don't think I need them.
Have you met him? He's kind of a badass.
We could, I guess, so one of us could stay behind, or we could leave one of our sheets of this parchment with Barak, and he could tell us if anyone else came.
Well, the problem is that we don't know who all has that parchment.
Right, but we could make the have like a signal or something, so that way whatever is written isn't conspicuous.
At this point, Asvel raises her hand. It's like, excuse me, this is all built or excavated underneath what I own. I imagine it'd be very, very reasonable for me to stay on my property and then allow you guys unfettered access when you're ready to move.
Sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. I guess I'm just trying to figure out a way that we can beef up security since we were able to just kind of wander into your house.
You wandered into my house and came across my guard.
One
Like-
guard.
Who is kind of shitty with a firearm and got knocked out by a cat.
No, I don't think Helsinki was the guard, was he?
No, Helsinki was not the guard. He's the new one. There's 2 other guards. While I was busy dealing with having to pay for the licenses in order to rightfully own what I've already bought.
I guess
right, the guys
we
that
need to take steps to be able to fend off Xanathar's army of parrots.
Because he will send.
That's a
his
good band name.
He will send his regards.
Look,
Xanathar always sends his regards.
let me
Every time.
just put it this way here. Between Barack and myself, we can handle protecting this room and making sure individuals don't actually get here.
But how are we going to know you're not going to rob us?
Because you still have the key.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
$14.
At no point do you see anything here with her being kind of cagey. It's kind of exasperated here is that we've gone over this time and time and time again. We're all equal partners in this. So you're reading on her face here is like, why is it that every time a new development happens, we have to reaffirm the deal we had in place stays the way it was?
Okay.
Because 1,000,000 gold dragons is a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And that easily corrupts.
And let me tell you, I don't care if I have 1 gold dragon or 1,000,000 gold dragons to myself if it means I'm too dead to use it. I think we've experienced here that you guys are way stronger than me. I'm outmanned, outgunned, and if I piss off the dwarf here, he turns into a dragon and kills us all.
Not to mention your friend can't hit anything with that blaster.
I've had better confidants, yes.
Look at you, old man. I bet you can't even lift that cannon you're carrying.
Go pee.
Have you considered using a smaller one?
Varm, how do you deal with these assholes?
By leaning into the Sin City references.
One day at a time.
All right, so if that's the case, can we please just leave this matter settled? And you all go to buy your bags of holding, and everything will be here. Otherwise, I know I'm dead. Whether by you or by the dragon.
I turn to, the members of, the proprietors of the Beast and Badass. Does one of us want to stay at Esvel's? Not that we don't trust you, Esvel, just to act as more muscle.
I'll do it.
Okay, so that'll leave Damros, and that will leave Esvel. So I'm just going to move you guys once I get to the right layer up here.
While we're like kind of making our way back through or whatever, I pull Damros aside.
Mm-hmm.
So just him and I, one-on-one talk.
Do you want me to murder him?
No. We need to agree on a signal with this walkie-talkie paper. That way you and I understand what's happening, and it's not betraying potentially, because we still don't know what's going on, to whoever else might have some of this paper.
S'mores.
Is the code word for...
Shit hit the fan.
Okay. How about something... We should have like regular check-ins, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think s'mores is a good word for there's trouble. We should have some sort of like maybe like a what's it called? When you have like a sign and counter sign type
A
thing
pass
for
sign?
like, yeah, for like things are going fine. And then like the counter sign would be like, like there would be a sign like things are going fine for you, and then the counter sign would give some sort of update as to like where we are in coming back.
Like
I
the
guess.
call and response thing.
Yeah.
Well, could just go with another random food reference of Fluffernutter. Or peanut butter and jelly. Because if everything's good, it's jelly.
So you say peanut butter if things are good with you, and then he says jelly.
Yep.
I'm not a part of this conversation. Sorry.
Right. So I guess
No.
like so like to counter sign, yeah, I would say jelly, but like we could have like the proximity of the jelly to the sandwich be like how close we are to coming back with the bags of holding.
Yeah.
So like the jelly's on the side means like, okay, like I got you, we're still working on it.
Jelly's in the
The
jar.
yeah, jelly's in the jar means like we have the bags, and then like we're making a sandwich is like we're on our way back.
Yep. Sounds good.
Okay.
All right. Anything else you guys want to cover before we have you all break?
Nope.
All right.
It's my business with Damros at least. So, Varm, did you hear what the plan was to have Damros stay with Esvel to act as just some extra muscle and a way for us to communicate while we're getting the bags?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to have us fast forward a little bit to when we are heading out. And we'll have Vash, Royal, Varm, and Helsinki here. Okay. If you guys want to arrange yourself in this northwest corridor of the room, do it how you would want to.
I'll take like a
Hmm.
more forward position.
Okay, I think Helsinki would meet with you. Varm, where would you like to be? Cool. Royal, would you rather have where Helsinki currently is?
Nope, I'm the rear guard.
All right, cool. As this happens and you guys all go and you begin to let your guard down just a little bit because you feel the hardest part is over, I want everyone to make dexterity saving throws.
Always with the dex.
And that's a pass.
24.
Pass.
11.
Fail.
19.
Pass. So everybody but Royal passes. At this point, you see out from the corner here, the doppelganger drop from his form, throw a bead at you guys. At this point, this bead lands and erupts this fireball. It does 11, 6, or 14,
Be bad.
22, and another 8. 30 fire damage. Halved if you passed. Halved again if you're Helsinki. So that goes 15 down to 7. Okay, which leaves him with those 3 temporary hit points. Remember, everybody but Royal has 10 hit points.
I know that's the worst part is that Royal is the only one who failed and is the only one who didn't have the temporary hit points.
And
At this,
was already injured.
yep. At this point, as the explosion rips out, you're all lying down prone now. At this point, Varm, you look up as you see Helsinki coming up. He looks at you, his gun just out of reach. He just goes, "Well, what now?" And at this point, we're now caught up to the present day. As you begin to look around, let me change layers again so I can put up. You see not only the castle lanterns doppelganger, but you also see 6 cultists for the cult of the Castle Lanterns. Run. As they just come out and says, huh, who knew that scrying onto that walkie-talkie paper was going to do us so well?
Damn it.
And that is where we're going to end the session today, so we don't spend 90 minutes in a fight. We're going to keep the same initiative. I've got it written down. Damros, you are aware of the sound of the fireball.
Okay.
Okay. So that being said, this will end our session today. 2 weeks time, we're going to go straight into this fight. And I'm really excited for it. Finally got to end the Tarantino part of this.
Very nice.